Hosted by Foster Chico. Every Monday from 4 to 7 p.m. on Fire FM 107.7. Call us at 758-572-3473. It's Full Disclosure this Monday and every Monday 4 to 7 p.m. with Foster Chico.
Bonjour, bonjour. Good day, everybody. Good day. Once again, Monday the 26th of January, 2026. This is Full Disclosure. I'll be here with you until 7 p.m. or just to give you a full 3 hours program, whatever time it is. Now, let me see, 3:08, 4:08. So we'll be here full 3 hours. Nice to be here with you. Over the weekend, I met several persons, including retired people. I have a lot of time for retired persons now that I've joined the club, the club of retirees. And I have a little phrase that when you ask persons, where are you guys? I'm not seeing you. And they have a little phrase. So I'm going to use that phrase throughout the show. So I'll pull Angie legs a lot when she comes in with that phrase. But fellow officers, retired police officers, I have been meeting a lot of you who are telling me that they are tuned to the show, they're listening, and I know if I was talking untruths that you all would have pulled me up when you all met me. But from all indications, what I'm saying, you all find favor in it. So you all are listening. Some of you all are tuned in now. And I'm sure before the show ends and persons are coming in from whatever schedule that they had, they would also join us in the discussion. But feel free if you're at home and there is a topic that you want to hear more about, something in the news that you're not clear about, text us and send in your text message, and we're going to read it and we're going to answer it to the best of our ability. Once again, let me start off by saying good day to the Castrizis people and our people, United Workers' Party people, especially our candidate, Mr. Peter Chico. I know you were busy this morning. I hope everything worked out. Our executive, Mr. Jordan, and the rest of the members, floor members, canvassers, everybody who came out to support United Workers' Party, Castrizis, and wherever, all constituencies came out to vote. You didn't allow the disguise of money to make you stay home. So all of you who voted, just put up your voting finger and show that your vote was not in vain. Your vote was cast for the right people, honorable people, people of integrity. And let us continue seeking and speaking about integrity. A colleague of mine, politician, told me, in St. Lucia, there is nothing like integrity in politics. I was surprised when the guy said that, because I know that person have had certain challenges in the politics. And when he said that, knowing that he came under serious pressure from guys who had no integrity whatsoever, I found it strange that at that point, at that stage, he would have made a statement like that. But you never know. Different people get different things from politics. That's why it would be foolish for you to just get vexed with people because they support a different view from what you support. Because politics means different things to different people. Some people live by politics. Some people sleep by politics. Some people pay their bills only by politics because they have no skill, they have no trade, and they can't do anything for themselves. So, don't get vexed with people for politics. If you're not somebody who discussing politics out in the street, and you're very selective who you speak in politics with, keep to that. Don't raise your blood pressure for politicians. A lot of the politicians are not worth getting high blood pressure for them. So, that phrase I was talking about is, I just there. I just there, yes, sir. What you doing, man? You know, I'm not seeing you. I'm just there. Just there. What does that mean, Angie? Just there. What do you do? What do we do when we are retired from duty hour, whether it's national duty, whether it's police duty, whether it's... But when you reach retirement age in St. Lucia, what do you do after? Play dominoes, go to church, go to funerals. If there are a few fellas who normally play drafts by the road, you play drafts until 2 o'clock in the morning. Cards, some people gamble, some people play cards for nothing, some play cards for money. But what do we really have to do when we retire, when we reach retirement age? That's why so many people telling you, young fellas, and they tell you, guys, I just there. How are you, man? I'm just there. So that phrase, just there. Just there, waiting. You waiting for what? I don't know, man. I just there. So let us use that phrase. Throughout the program, I'll be using that phrase. So if you know what just there means, and you're a retired person, probably you can text us and tell us what it really means to be just there. All right. Today's topic, main focus would be on the past elections, 2025, January 1st. Almost forgot that date. Not January, December. You see what's happening already? December 1st, 2025. Keep that date because we are going to talk about elections. How was it? Did it exceed your expectation? Did you see what you suspected would have happened? Did it happen in the magnitude at the magnitude that you were expecting it to happen? Did you see money exchange? Did you hear heckling? Did you see any violations within the 100 yards? Did you see the buses bringing certain people at last minute, 5 o'clock, 5:30, coming from wherever, parts unknown, coming to vote? Did you see any exchange of monies? There are videos. We are going to talk about a particular video, 2 videos in particular, this evening. We're going to play a video first, and then we're going to let the discussions start from there. But before that, let me remind you that last time I was there, last Monday, boy, a week fly already. Eh? Last Monday I was there, and we spoke about traffic accident reports. And the correct term is traffic collision reports, or insurance reports. Because not every crash is an accident. So that's why they don't quite use traffic accident. They rather say collision. 2 vehicles crash, or a vehicle crash in a tree, a vehicle crash on a wall. Some of those things are not accidents. But we'll discuss that as we go down the road. We discussed the length of time it takes to get a accident or collision report or insurance report from the police. There are lots of factors that cause that delay. But some of the main ones are from the police standpoint. How fast the police or how effective is the police investigation. This weekend, the weekend past, I was in a certain location. And when I got there, I saw 3 young officers, traffic officers, with tape in hand, taking some measurements on a scene. And I was told, I met a former police officer, retired traffic man in the vicinity, and he told me, boy, you think it's now that accident happened there? And it's the same thing that we've been saying. How, when the police gets there, what do? How much time does it take them? And it's not a matter of racing to get to complete. But are you doing what you supposed to do so that when you leave there, you'll have sufficient information or evidence, whether it's statements, measurements, camera footage, whatever, because those are the tricks of the trade. Those are things tools of the trade. Those are things that you will need. Where there are cameras, you may need to get camera footage to verify something, even if you have eyewitness accounts. But if you have a camera, the camera don't lie. People tell lies. The camera won't lie. So even though I see something and I want to twist it and tell you, because one of the parties is a closer friend than the other one, and I want to hide certain facts and say other things, I can't influence the decision. But if you have camera footage to go by, that can make your case even easier for you to come to a conclusion. So the police now can use different techniques to arrive at a conclusion. During the weekend also, I heard that there was a collision involving a vehicle and a pedestrian, mother and child. I've learned lately that the child succumbed. I've not had time to verify that, but that's what I mean. I am hoping that when Angie comes on board, she can verify, because she does the news there. She would have known. So we're going to speak about that. Road traffic, road rage. Persons are driving, how people conduct themselves on the road. If it's wash, they have road rage. If it's children rage, if it's money rage. What is the problem with some people when they're sitting behind the steering, they don't want to take the time to navigate, to follow a line of traffic. They always want to do some kind of ridiculous driving. And I'm talking about what I see going on at the roundabouts. From Leclerc, Vigie roundabout, Friendshiping roundabout, to Shock roundabout. What is happening between those roundabouts? Just this morning, I was heading up north and I'm stopped at the Leclerc side of the Vigie roundabout, waiting to enter the roundabout to go around to head north. And I am looking at the traffic coming from northbound. 2 lanes of traffic. The traffic on the inner lane and the traffic on the outer lane. And there are rules of the roundabout, and I suspect, and I know, not just suspect that, I know from my investigations and from my time at the traffic department, a lot of St. Lucians don't know the proper procedure for driving at the roundabout. That left lane, outer lane, when you leave the old Avis area, garage, if you're on that outside lane, you ought not to be going past that Leclerc exit or entrance if you on that left lane. Because the rules of the roundabout, as far as I know, is that you cannot pass 2 exits on your left and take the third one. You cannot go past 2 exits. Either you take the first exit left, you take the second exit left, which would take you to Marcy Leclerc, but you cannot make a third left on that left lane exiting towards northwest. Now, if you don't believe me, and if there are any, how do you call them, driving instructors listening to the program, Mr. Jean, you still there? You surprise me that you're still there, but I know you're still there. If you're still there as the president of National Driving School Instructors, you can call the program and tell me that I am speaking the truth or I don't know what I'm talking about by saying that. But I know I'm right. So if you call to confirm that what I said is true. If you're on the left lane coming from Grosley at the Vigie roundabout and you're going past Avis gas station where Avis used to be on the side there, that first exit would be near the tire shop. If you're not going to the tire shop, first exit, your second exit road that leads out of the tire shop, out of that roundabout, would be going to Marcy Leclerc or Vide Bouteille. So you either go first left or second left, but that left lane should not carry you to northwest on the left lane. You can only do so from the right lane. And when you go past the exit, which is Leclerc exit, you signal left. Or You continue right and then you merge on the left lane out of the roundabout. Now, I have also seen people before trying to go to VG Airport or George Charles Airport from that left lane. So can you imagine? Somebody is leaving Grosley, leaving French Avis gas station, and doing one left, two lefts, three lefts, not going to Northwest, and still going to a fourth left turn into George Charles Airport. You're bound to have an accident. The only way you will not have an accident if you do that is if you're the only one on the road at 3 o'clock in the morning. But anytime other than that, and you attempt that maneuver, you're bound to crash. So is it that we don't know the rules of the road and we're just taking a lot of chances? But bet your dollar, if we continue so, we will never stop having crashes and probably fatalities because we don't understand the road and we like to drive fast. I don't know where people go in. Everybody's so fast. When you're going up that highway, it's like push, 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 push. Thinking it's birds that passing you. Where and the next corner, everybody's at a standstill at a roundabout because some dog or something is in the road or cow is in the road. By the way, I've decided to call Friday nights Black Cow Nights. Angie, you're laughing.
Sometimes, Foster, sometimes.
Black Cow Nights are Friday nights. Because you hardly see the cows, the black cows on a weekday. It's only Friday nights they're coming out. I don't know if there are a special group of farmers who have black cows and who just dropping them there. Go and do your damage on a Friday night. Because there is one by Caribbean Metals. The owner of that black bull cow that limes around Caribbean Metals corner there. Mr. Farmer, put a rope on that cow. Clinton. Now, Clinton tell me don't mention his name because he's not the only cow owner. But Clinton, you must send me the names of your colleagues who have cows there. So when I'm calling, I'll call your name first and then I'll call them after. But since you're the one I know it for sure you have cows there because me and you have spoken enough about cows by the cinema there when I meet you there. Picking up your buckets of manure. So good day to Clinton. Tie your black cow, Clinton. Angie, I saw one yesterday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
It was only 2:30 and the cow is in the roundabout, at the Shock roundabout, that center where the flowers are. And the cow just there looking at the traffic going by.
Now, guys, you notice I've been very quiet. Because I had to pop out for a little bit to take a little refresher. But I'm here. Chico, you have some comments.
I tell them comment, very early. So
you say somebody's saying people of respect, integrity, and vision. And another person is saying good afternoon to you. Somebody says, yes, so true. No one seems to know the rules of driving on a roundabout. Another is saying, why some drivers don't know about what you are saying here, Foster? What? They did not pass the street code or what? or are they doing their own thing? And people are laughing it up for your comment about the black nights, black cow night. Where do you come up with these things? Where does Foster come up with these things, people? Black cow night. Foster, were they heading in the direction of Grosley?
Angie, I tell you, that one near Caribbean Metals, I know where they didn't, but it waits around that corner, and the cow is so large. You know, the cow, from the tip of its nose to its tail, that cow is occupying a whole lane, the entire
Wow.
lane.
Wow.
And it's almost the height of the car,
Wow.
of your car, if you're sitting in your car. So, I don't know how a man can have a cow and have that cow. Don't tell me the owner of those cows are not passing on that road, or they don't drive.
Now, so I think I had a conversation with a bus driver once about that same thing. And the bus driver said to me, don't worry about the cows. The cows have more security than you on the road. So I said, why? He said, well, if you call yourself woman, just stop your vehicle and take one of them. You will see.
And the bus driver know what they're talking about.
He said, just stop your vehicle and take one of them. Just pull up with your truck and batch one of those cows and go with it. And you will see how quickly the owners or the police will find you. Because these cows are executive cows. Now, don't ask me what an executive cow is.
I know. Angie. I tell you, I've worked traffic department a long time. Ask the bus drivers, why do they carry a basin or a bucket in their back seat and a sharp cutlass? Ask them that. Ask the Riviere, Grosley, Babuno, cul-de-sac drivers. Why do they carry a little basin or a little bucket, a little pail, and a sharp cutlass or sharp knife?
Let me
Under the
read.
back seat.
Let me read some of these comments to you. Somebody says Clinton wrong and strong with his cows on the roads. Another person says, tell them read the highway code. Another says, Angie, good afternoon to you and your guest. I'm just waiting for the people that qualify as a big wig person. I like that one. I love that one. Any big wigs in our comments today, Foster?
Yeah, we'll come to them in a while. We're coming to some of the big wig people just now. You know, so, Angie, when I hear, and you mentioned a bus driver, minibus operator a while ago. Boy, I always see the minibus drivers and the police have something in common. Everything that happens is the police. The police can be right, the minibus drivers can be right. Those are the two people that are picked on the most in St. Lucia. And third, politicians. Police officers, minibus operators, and politicians.
Well, you have
Everybody else gets away with everything. You see those three?
They can't even get away with killing a mosquito. If the mosquito bite them, they have to slap it and make it go away, chase
Yeah.
it. Now you have a comment here on the WhatsApp platform. Let me bring that to you. Let me tell you, the listeners today have been on point, Foster. I don't know if you've noticed, but they've been on point. But I don't know if you were listening to me before you came on.
I was in and out. Yes.
Yeah, so let me read this. Somebody says, I believe people know the rules of the road, but the police who's responsible for traffic and road rules, they don't do what needs to be done. There are a lot of uninsured vehicles on the road and people without license. In fact, people without license. The fact that no one gets arrested for recklessness or breaking the speeding law. They do what they want on the roads. The road laws need to be more enforced, or else we can expect more deaths and more accidents.
Yeah, Angie, there is a comment there. The person say, Foster, let Angie knows this name, some jokes normally come from the blood. It is in the blood of the family. I tell you, we have a university home, you know.
A university of jokes.
We have a very large family, Angie. And imagine you have a house of boys. So you know, it ain't nothing easy coming out of there.
Listen,
So,
I grew up in a very large family too. We number in the 20s, and I'm only talking about my siblings. And there was one older sibling that, Borges, I don't know what we would have done with him. But he used to tell a younger sibling, there was one time there was a blackout. You know, back in the 80s, the electricity wasn't too stable.
oh yes, yeah.
So he would tell that younger sibling, smile so we know where you are. I wonder if they remember that. But as the younger sibling, I used to, boy, let me tell you, my older brother made me cry so much one time. And Foster, if you laugh at me, I fight in if you guys, I won him first, He liked to laugh. I won him first. So my older sibling, my older brother, my dad, God rest his soul, I used to always, I was the princess. I was my father's princess. I was the favorite girl, so I would always go and sit in his lap and tell him I love him so much and kiss all his cheeks. And one day my brother decided to take me on. Now, when I tell you take me on, I was a little thing, maybe 6 or 7. And my brother said, Daddy, don't mind her, she lie. You know what she told me last week? When she get married and she and her husband kill a cow for Christmas, they give you the twip. They're not even washing it out. First, I cried. I cried so much. And he kept going. And he said, Daddy, don't mind her. She said, the horns, she not giving you no meat. The horns, so, like, he just kept at it. And, when you're little, you're stupid.
Yeah.
When you're little, everything is a big thing. So I know what it is to be in a family where the jokes just keep on coming, trust me.
Oh yes.
And I have a nephew there, Jesus Lord. I don't know what to do with that one. Because I love him to death. But I promise him one of these days I'll sell him. I don't know where I'll sell him or who I'll sell him to. But I will sell him, I promise. Because you see, if I put on a little weight, he's the first person to let me know. This child came up to me one time, rest his head on my stomach and hug me. So I feeling all special. I'm like, hey, Kimani, oh, you miss your auntie. No, I'm hugging the baby. I say, baby? Which baby? But auntie, your belly big. And when my mommy belly was big, my little brother that was in, I said, child, just... So I know what you mean.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you mean. But that one I selling him, I promise. I just don't get a sale for him yet.
But Angie, I mean, the best thing that my parents could have done was to have a large family.
I think so too. Because you get so much, and your siblings become your surrogate parents. So there's never a situation where you don't have somebody in your corner.
Yeah.
And if you are anything like, if you're guys, and I notice that you are, if you're like anything like my siblings, you mess with one, the whole crew coming for you. The whole crew. Even if at the time there are certain individuals that are not there, when they see you, you in for it. And when it comes to one person needing help, everyone pitches in. So yeah, I think having a huge family is just wonderful. But I guess that's what's happening with the cows. Maybe the cow you see in the black cow on Black Cow Friday, maybe the cow going and provide some sort of emotional support for one of its siblings, lower down the road. Foster, you have to understand the family dynamic of the cows.
Yeah, but Angie, I mean, if we have to continue to we can talk road safety and safety in the communities and being law abiding and so on. And we have those small issues for so long that we cannot take care of. You know how long it has been a problem? Those 3 cows have been a problem.
Foster, speaking of the cows, there's something else I forgot to tell you. I found out, and now I don't, unconfirmed reports, but I found out that these cows, they are invited to every single function that is held at either government house or the Prime Minister's residence, Foster. A lot of them end up on the menu.
Oh, okay.
That's how they're invited. But I'm told that these cows are executive cows.
Oh yeah, the persons who own those cows.
I heard these cows
can donate one of those cows and get payment for 10 cows,
Really?
I know what I'm telling you. So
let me just, before you talk too much about the cows, just know that these cows are executive cows, and maybe, the cow had business to go and do. So maybe you should just, ease up on the cow a little bit. Because I even heard, and I'm hearing all of this from this bus driver that I was telling you about earlier. I even heard, Foster, that some of these cows, they're from different constituencies, and they're I even heard that some of the cows belong to ministers, and the person said to me, if you think you woman, pick up one of them and go with it. Just make that mistake. So the cows have more clout. That's what I want to say. The cows have more clout than you and me. They are executive cows, and they are invited to high-level functions.
You remember the Minister for Agriculture said that the government is responsible for any deaths, any injury or damage.
I just want to stop you right there. Not the Minister of Agriculture, the Deputy Speaker of the House.
At the time, yes, he was the Minister of Agriculture.
I don't want to remember him as the Minister of Agriculture.
The man said that's not a government problem. So if you knock a cow on the road there, that's your problem.
Yes.
There was an officer who did an investigation between a collision between a cow and a vehicle. And he said the cow was right,
The officer said the cow was right.
Yeah. You know why he said that? You remember I told you there are officers who you see only on payday? He was one of them.
Now we have some. So somebody was asking, the Ministry of Agriculture has oversight for these loose cows to impound them, don't they? Well, here's your answer. The government is not responsible for the cows. There's your answer. I hope it is satisfactory. Somebody else is saying, if the cows are removed on the streets, there will be no free cow meat. I don't think that cow meat coming free. Like I said, that is executive beef. Executive beef. And I don't think executive beef comes for free. What you say, Foster?
No, they're not free. No.
That beef comes with. I'm told that one of those cows ended up on the menu at a post-election brunch. I don't know. I don't know if it was a brunch or lunch or dinner, but I know they eat cow that day. So that's all I can tell you about that.
So Angie, where I know there was that road death. Was it confirmed? The pedestrian, the young child and mother.
No, they didn't die.
It's unconfirmed.
No, I read it today and it said that they were seriously injured,
Okay.
but
Well,
they have not said
they
whether or
have
not
okay.
they've not been
Well, good.
pronounced dead.
Well, good.
Somebody's asking, are the cows replaced when brought to View Fort as promised?
Let me tell you, those cows at the time. You remember there was that farm in Beaufort.
Beausejour?
We transported a number of cows. Well, transferred a lot of cows from Castries down there, and all those cows disappeared.
Did they take bus and come back up?
I don't know, or somebody took bus and took them away.
No, but where did they disappear from, Foster? You said the cows disappeared.
The cows were at the farm, and the cows disappeared from the farm.
And where did they appear? Because I think
Probably
that's...
somebody's spot.
But let me give you a joke. Speaking of that, now I know that's not our topic today, but do you remember sometime last year, the Ministry of Agriculture sent some individuals to the States to get new breeds of livestock to replenish our stock, our breed stock. So this is a true story, and I didn't see that story making the news. I don't know if it's a fault of the ministry who didn't want to put it out, but I was told by farmers who attended the event. So would you believe, Foster, that in a way to advertise the stock that the ministry had and to, showcase people and tell people, there was an auction held, and some of the animals that were brought over from the States, there were sheep, there were goats, there were cows, pigs. Some of these animals were brought to the auction. A cow was auctioned off. I don't know how many other animals were auctioned, but I know for sure a cow was auctioned because that cow...
Hey,
Yes, that cow formed part of my dinner Christmas night. So I know the cow was auctioned. So... but at some point during the event, it started raining, so it was an outdoor event. So they put the animals in a pen, and the people came out by the pen and they went to shelter. So when the rain ceased, the people went back to resume. And some of the animals had decided to abdicate for a hole in the back of the pen.
you're talking all cows, or they were...
I'm not sure if it was, but I just know
You
that a
said
great
for a
many of the animals who had come to the auction decided to leave early. They made alternate transportation plans, and it was discovered that there was a hole in the back of the pen. So, yeah, and the ministry, honestly, they didn't tell. These are, I don't know if these animals were bought or if they were donated by the government of the United States. But if they were bought, most likely they were bought with taxpayers' money. They was taken to the breeding pens at Follett. They started a breeding program for these new stock, and they didn't say anything. They didn't put out a press release. They didn't call. The police didn't report it.
Angie,
They didn't report it to the
so
news. Nobody
believe,
said anything about
you
it.
believe that 2 or 3 cows would come out of a pen in the wild in St. Lucia, and somebody will report that?
No, but
You believe
no,
that?
but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. These are not cows that were on the street. That's not the cows that were. These are not the cows that are walking down Rosalie Highway. Or I saw a video with cows walking. The cows were actually taking the lane. They were taking the designated lanes.
Coming down Fit
Coming down. Oh, you saw it too?
Yes.
Right.
yes,
These are not these cows. These are cows that the Ministry of Agriculture paid
Yeah.
to send agriculturists overseas to pick out, to bring back to St. Lucia, to introduce more resilient livestock, to beef up our livestock production and our meat industry. And they brought these in cows, pigs, goats, sheep. They brought these animals down to St. Lucia and they were showcasing them. And as part of the showcase, they held an auction. So, these are animals that's the state's cows.
Yeah.
Not executive cows, but the state's cows.
Yeah.
And they got stolen, but it didn't make the news. It's almost as if they treated it as if it was a private farmer who lost his stock.
Angie, do all your breath, eh? You'll not hear anything about those cows again. So, Angie.
I see you have a notebook, sir.
Yeah, I keep my notes. I like to keep notes already.
I know. By the way,
I'm happy.
I've provided you with
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's mine.
Yes,
the
that's
water
yours.
is getting taller and taller.
Yes, because I want to make sure you're well hydrated.
Hydrated, okay.
Yes, I notice you have the sniffles. I want to make sure I take care of you. I don't want
Yeah.
the audience calling me out for treating you badly. You know? So I want to make sure you have all your strength. So when you say what you say, you know?
So, Angie, the last thing, I'm happy that the collision was not fatal.
Yeah.
To the best of our knowledge.
But there was a fatal one, yesterday afternoon.
Where?
By Sunny Acres.
Castries?
Yeah. Somebody by the name of Leslie Clark passed away in that accident. I was trying to figure out if maybe I knew the person because somebody sent me.
You're talking about North Castries?
Sunny Acres, yes.
Was it a runoff where the vehicle?
It's actually, they said that the vehicle collided with another vehicle. I have it right here. I can read the story to you.
I saw, was it near Sandals?
Could be.
Suzuki Jeep on a...
Yeah, a Vitara and a white vehicle.
Appeared to have jumped the barrier or something.
How
did that vehicle end up there? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Know. But it was a...
Oh, I saw that, but I didn't read. You mean there was a fatality in that accident?
Yeah. The person said Leslie Clark. Do you know a Leslie Clark?
That name sounded...
It does sound familiar. I was wondering if that person is related in any way to Inspector Clark. What's Inspector Clark's full name?
I don't know his first name, but... I don't know his first name.
But please tell me it's not Leslie.
No, if it was him. You mean him?
Yeah.
Him? No. If it was him, I would have known.
Okay. All right. Just be sure.
If it was him, I would have known. But I saw the video, but I was not aware that
there was a fatality.
Yeah,
apparently. This is really sad because unconfirmed reports are that the individual's son was driving. And they had that accident, and that person...
The person who died was the driver or
a
passenger?
He was a passenger. His son was the driver.
Ah, wow.
Unconfirmed reports. That child, that boy, I mean, this is going to hit him really hard. Really, really hard.
Angie talks about road traffic again, and there is so much...
Oh, somebody is giving a clarification. So they're saying Leslie Clark was brother to Terry and Bobby Clark, and he's Reggie Clark's son.
Oh, now you know...
You do know the individual?
You know those people are Rockall people originally.
Okay.
Bobby Clark, Terry Clark. They're from Rockall, just...
Next to you?
That's Clark's, the owner of the cinema.
Okay.
So those people are home people, that's there.
Well...
So when you asked me if I am aware of that person, I said they were the ones I was thinking of. But I will probably get to read more of the story.
Somebody says you must know the Clarks from Rockall.
Yeah, that's our people. That's my people.
Well, from the management and staff here at Fire FM, we'd like to send our condolences to the family and to the family of did you all of the fatalities that we had over the weekend, because you know there were a guy was found, a body was found in a shallow grave in Viewfort over the weekend.
I heard that one too.
And the name sounds so familiar. Oh, somebody says they think he was the manager of Domino's.
I know.
You know the
I
individual
know the
very
Clark's
well.
people. They still own that drugstore in downtown. Clark's drugstore,
Yes,
and I believe the Domino Pizza. Anyway, I don't want to see, but I believe it might be the same
individuals that you're thinking
individuals.
of. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so that just touched you there.
Yeah,
But another incident has occurred, and a body of a young man was found buried in a shallow grave in Viewfort over the weekend, and he is believed to be Enrique Lancico from Canaries. Now that name sounds extremely familiar to me because I'm very familiar with the Lancico
I know
family
the
down there.
Lancicos down there. Yes.
Yeah.
Enrique.
I'm not familiar with that name, but I will reach
I know
out to the family.
One of them is an officer.
Yes, that's Sanji.
Yes, and
Yes, that's my brother from another mother,
Okay.
Sanji. My little brother from another mother. If you're listening, Sanji, good afternoon to you.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
and his dad, Andre Lancico, that's my surrogate dad.
Oh, that's his father?
Yes,
Mr.
Andre. Yes.
Wow.
And he is, let me tell you, this man, you know, there are some people who you meet, and these people end up being very, very influential in your life. And my first job out of college, I was working with Mr. Andre Lancico, and he taught me to learn how to do everything, because you never know when you'll be called on. And I'm very happy that I took it to heart and I learned as much as I could from him. And he has been, to this day, a very strong influence in my life. So I'm hoping
nice gentleman.
Very, very, very
Cool, calm.
You cannot find a more loving, caring individual than just very cool, very down to earth, very hardworking too. Very hardworking and resilient. I can tell you that. Yeah.
Wow,
Somebody's
that's
asking a
some bad
question.
news, man.
Yeah, I'm just hoping and praying that that it's not what I think it is, because I think the name sounds familiar, and it might be that it's part of the family, but I don't know. So somebody's saying, good afternoon, Mr. Chico. Any possibility we can get a total number on the homicides for 2025? The police said at a press conference that it was the lowest in 5 years, but I think they and the government are lying. Based on my count, we should be closer to 80 plus.
At the press conference, the Assistant Commissioner of Police said 70. I was not keeping count, but when I stopped hearing about it, because persons were making calls on different shows and so on, to the end of the year, there were several more added, and to me, there has to be more than 70. But
At
the
my
police go on the official records, and probably somebody you thought didn't die. That's the only thing I can say.
10 people, 12 people, because by my I was counting. I didn't even know about that incident that occurred, the shooting that occurred, the police involved shooting that occurred on the 31st. And I stopped counting
Well,
at
the person would have died.
82.
The person would have died after in January, and not, it wouldn't count in as.
It wouldn't
December
count.
31st.
Okay, so my final count for 2025 was 82. But then, would they call that a homicide? Because the thing is, they said the person died of a multiplicity of medical issues. So
Now, a good question, because if the person didn't die from blows or injuries from somebody, caused by somebody else, it wouldn't be a homicide. So it wouldn't count
okay,
as a homicide. Right?
So-
If you die from complications, some medical complications, even if you were in a fight with Angie,
I always doing something. It's two people that always know what I do. Is you and Beanie Man. Beanie Man always looking for trouble with me in his music, and every time you come here, it's okay. It's okay. According to my little brother, proceed.
So, Angie, finally, on that subject of traffic, guy, I didn't even know I started on the Corinth accident, and look, we spoke about the deaths in the body found, buried. Then you spoke about the not friendship Sunny Acres,
Yeah.
and realizing it's two people that we know very well.
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
Two families. So,
That's-
but just to finish up on the traffic aspect of it, I just want to say something about noise pollution. Specifically, those vehicles that go about driving about with the speakers on top, the cabs, or the motorcycles that apparently don't have silencers and they just driving at night and revving and backing down gears. There is really a problem with noise pollution.
You notice
in St. Lucia,
you notice
know.
when you said that I coughed. I'm allergic to noise pollution. I had to move because of noise pollution, but that's for another show. Speaking of noise pollution, did we ever hear a conclusion? Because do you remember that the residents of the North, Rodney Bay, Radri Orchard, Rodney Bay,
The
Radri
strip.
Park, the residents there, do you remember that these residents made an appeal to the minister to do something about the noise pollution in that area? Have we? To me, that never came to a conclusion. The minister made several statements about having meetings and putting some solution in place and all of that. But did we ever really hear a conclusion to that incident? Do you remember?
I know I'm privy to a discussion where the police was invited to a meeting, one such meeting, and it was almost said that, if you come to that area, and that's an area of entertainment, that you don't really have a say as far as what the places of entertainment would in fact, generally what they were saying is that you can't sleep there until it's after 2 a.m. when legally your music have to be shut down. Now, Angie,
But you do realize there are hotels in that area. There are guest houses, Airbnbs. I mean, just across the street in Radri Orchard and Orchard Park, these are residential areas. And a lot of these residents, I'm told, bought their land, built their homes before Rodney Bay blew up. So, how is it that? Well, I guess the individuals have to invest in soundproofing. Is that what the government is saying?
Well, I think that was one of the issues raised during one of the meetings, in that there isn't any, I don't see, or the concern that were raised were that there isn't any outdoor live music going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is a dance hall, and there are a number of places of entertainment there with, that's not soundproof, but it's an open entertainment zone. But if you, I don't go to dance, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if there are dance halls there. But I would imagine if there are any dance rooms there, it would have to be a soundproof. Now, I don't know if you have your dance inside of it, Angie, and my hotel room is directly across from here, near the airport fence, that would prevent me from sleeping.
Okay.
I don't know, but it got to a point where the hoteliers raised a lot of issues with noise pollution.
Well,
And after the meeting stopped, because it looked like it went to a deadlock, there was no agreement. There was no agreement
okay.
in the whole nature of everything. Nothing. There was no conclusion. But I know that particular. I wasn't the one who attended that meeting,
But you know of.
but I know we discussed it. The officer who went, we discussed that, what happened at that meeting, and I think that was the last meeting held.
The first and last. So somebody is reminding you of something here. Somebody says, Chico, sometime last week, you came up with something on Angie's show, and Angie put a halt to it, and you said when you come on Monday, you will talk about it. Have you forgotten, Foster? Just relaying the message the same way it was typed. Another person is saying, and I think you remember what that topic was about, eh?
Remind me, because I'm just about to tell you.
We were talking about the election.
Yeah, I'm just about to tell you. I sent you. We'll go into the elections now, 2025.
But let me read that.
Yes.
Somebody says, I remember in the 90s, music was banned in buses if you want a route ban. But 30 years later, music is on top the cars making really mad noise. Noise is the order of the day. Awawi. So why blame the children for behaviors that are not normal? And that's true. I remember when you had to go and do your inspection, the bus drivers would have to take out all of their music.
The amplified music. It's still a condition to get your permit renewed. I know minibus operators who don't have amplified music. The guys put their large tires on their music only when they come from inspecting. You can't have those oversized tires. But St. Lucia is Charlie Chaplin area, so Charlie Chaplin.
There you go again, Foster. There you go again. Foster, leave. Somebody said, listen, I have a problem when people talk bad about Fair Helen. Although today somebody really broke my heart and said Helen is turning into Paul. I have not taken on that statement as yet. Because I need this individual to tell me what they mean by that. I know what they mean, but I want them to say it.
Okay.
I want to be sure. But I really have a problem when people say St. Lucia not a real place, and now although you nicing it up a little bit and making it famous, but you still saying St. Lucia not a real place. Now, Foster, there is something else. It's not just the guys with the music on top of the vehicle. Is that legal? with the speakers on top of the vehicle? Because to me, that's something you used to see on special
Angie,
occasions.
that can be legal.
You see that, you used to see that Independence, you know? You used to see that on certain occasions. Now it's almost as if it's the new standard.
That's a new style. That's new style thing now. Guys have the speaker. I don't even think they take the speakers off. They have the tarpaulins. They have the waterproof bags, whatever, and they just cover the speakers and they leave it right there. And the guys drive through the city with that, and you know, there's a elderly person. When they see things like that happening, they would say, "Police, police!" They are police again. Sometimes you figure, you see some things happening and you say, but St. Lucia don't have police anymore, man. Angie, those things could not happen
Somebody
10 years ago.
Angie, with everything you see happening, after all said and done, you asking why people that say St. Lucia not a real place. But why you have to put it like that? When you put it like that, it sounds really bad. You know, it sounds really bad when you say it that way.
Angie.
And you know, I think my mom says it just to annoy me, you know. She always, every time something happens, moi do cette ici par place. And I feel so and I'm, mommy, but why? Don't say it like that. I have a lot of faith in my country, guys. I have a lot of faith in my country. I love my area.
Me too, Angie, but
yeah.
I still, for that, I don't want to live anywhere else but
Exactly. I don't want to live anywhere
St. Lucia,
else.
you can't stay a second without laughing at yourself. The more you see it.
Well, let's laugh at ourselves while we're working to fix it. Because I'm interested in working to fix it.
The more you listen to St. Lucia speak, the more you laugh and say that place is a crazy place.
Yes. Now, before we move on,
yeah.
Somebody is sending something to me that just really... Oh, gee. Somebody say, what's St. Lucia not real? You have faith, pray. Why this person just trying to hurt me in my soul, you know?
Angie, they beating you up.
Yes, I feel in the licks. Because, guys, honestly, St. Lucia is our country. And whether we want to believe it or not, or we want to understand it or not, and I know that a lot of us are not happy with the way our country is being run. But we have nobody else to blame but ourselves. And we have to be honest, guys. We have to be honest. My brother, there's this song that my brother loves. It's an old reggae song called The Majority Rules. You know of that song, right? You must know that song.
Yeah.
Majority Rules. Yeah. In St. Lucia, and earlier today somebody made a comment on my show about where our leaders are coming from and them simply going up there and preaching what they know. If the majority chooses the worst choice that we could possibly make, and we put it at the top, right? Then we get what we pay for. We get the government we deserve. And from 2021, we were being beaten by that stick. And somebody else coming for me again. Somebody says, Angie is very understandable, but you're living in denial. What a relic from bios where I lie.
People get the government that they deserve.
They deserve, because listen, guys, if we allowed ourselves, and I will say it, I know people will not agree with me because we know the circumstances, or we suspect the circumstances surrounding this government's second term. But let's talk about the first term. If we didn't put them there in the first place, we wouldn't have any of that to deal with. Because they have not started doing things this term. You know that, right? And there are several individuals waiting with bated breath to see what they can think of to mess up next.
As far as St. Lucians are concerned, Angie, everything that was said about the last government was a lie.
You think so?
Yes.
Wait, when you
The
say
people-
when you say the last government, you're talking about
Everything that was said between 2021 and 2025 about
the government of the
SLP.
day.
the people said it was not true. So the people voted them with a bigger mandate.
Or so they want us to believe.
All right? That's what the election result, that's what SLP wants us to understand from the result. Now it's up to us. That's why I want us to start that discussion on the 2025 election.
We do need to discuss this.
I want you to play. I sent you a clip there. I
Yes.
sent it on the.
Let's-
We'll start with Mr. Guy Joseph saying something about election day.
Oh, you sent it on my personal phone.
I sent it on the WhatsApp too. No?
No, you sent me something else on the WhatsApp. But I do have it here, and I'll just send it over. Don't worry about this, Foster. I got this. I got you.
Okay.
But did you hear the what's his name? The Prime Minister saying to Miss Amanda King when she asked about the visas, did you hear the Prime Minister saying elections is over, we win already and we win big?
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, let me just play this tape for you. Well, not a tape, we don't play tapes anymore, sorry. Let's play this clip of Mr. Guy Joseph.
The police officer asked me if I know of other persons who are paying people to vote. I said, brother man, I'm not in that business of squealing on people and what people do and what people don't do, you know. I said, at the end of the day, you think I'm stupid enough to pay people, and when they go inside there, I don't know who they're voting for. So I said they could be doing the same thing to the other side too. So I'm not in the business of squealing on persons. But if you want to check, these are the persons who are there. You can go and find out from them who's paying who. So Labour Party want to say that we were paying people. We've lost the elections. You've won 16-1. You have an overwhelming mandate. Go and find out how you're fixing the country and how you're doing the things that are required to be done. Not to be overly focused on Guy. And if I make up my mind, if I made up my mind to pay people to vote, I would have had enough money to pay people to vote. I always know. And you know when I say these things, Jerry, people always think, oh, you hear what he said? Because some people cannot speak the truth. I know that I could never match the Labour Party for money when it came to paying for election.
Okay. The gentleman cannot match the Labour Party when it comes to paying for elections. And we all know that. Because the Labour Party, from the election campaign, somebody else is Mikuna and also I lie here that Angie, stop living in denial. St. Lucia is not a real place. Our government is unreal. Our laws are a joke. And protect the victory is the motto. Have yourselves a great rest of your afternoon. May see the person even mad at me. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's not that I'm living in denial about what is happening in the country. If there's one individual, Foster, who knows quite well what's happening in the country and who understands what's happening in the country, I would be that individual. I simply don't like to hear it. I don't like the way people say it. It's not that I'm living in denial. I don't understand what's going on. I understand it quite perfectly. Trust me, it hurts me as much as it hurts everybody else. Every Saint-Lucian should be upset about what's going on in our country. Everybody. And when people say Saint Lucia is not somebody was calling. We missed that call, but caller, please call back, and please don't try to call us on video call because it's not going to work. You have to call us on a voice call. Every Saint Lucian should be upset about what's going on in the country. I don't think I could live in this country and not be upset about what's going on or be accepting of what's going on and come here every day and point out the wrongs. I do this because this is my way of making it better. And it simply just irks me when people say that, because sometimes you say something and you call it into existence. So don't think, guys, that I'm living in denial or that I don't understand. I just don't like to hear the phrase. The phrase just makes it all that more real to me. You understand? It's not that I'm in denial. I know things are bad. Of course I know things are bad. That's why I come out here and I speak out, because things are bad and I want them to change. Now back to the election, Foster. I noticed you sent us this clip, and Mr. Guy Joseph is a very candid individual. He will tell you point blank how it is. He will tell it like it is. So you said that there were a lot of things that you needed to bring to the attention of the public. And the public has been waiting to hear what you have to say. Now, I have given my piece on the election, and then I had the Deputy Prime Minister and the Prime Minister coming out and saying, you know what, forget about the elections, and we already win and we win big. That was the Prime Minister. And the Deputy Prime Minister saying, asking the media to, somebody says, Angie, we have the wrong set of people and the wrong set of politicians in the head of our country. That is why our people don't respect law and order. So we had the Deputy Prime Minister come out and tell the media to debunk this statement and to rubbish those claims and to encourage people not to question the election apparatus or the modus operandi of elections in St. Lucia. And quote unquote, if they start to question it, then everything would fall apart. But it seems you have some evidence that you wish to share. So you have the floor, Mr. Chico.
So, Angie, on election day, let me start on our campaign in Castries. We are very straightforward. I called the radio very often since speaking about our campaign in Castries. We started our campaign very early, way earlier than the SLP. I can tell you, I was the campaign manager, and from the time Peter Chico was accepted as the candidate, September 2024, we were on the ground very soon after. Our intention was to be on the ground in all aspects of the campaign, way ahead of the SLP. And it was strategic what we were doing. We were not just having political meetings. We were having the meetings at specific areas. And the areas, and I was selecting the actual areas for the political meetings. Some of those meetings were held on streets where there were incidents had taken place, either a murder, a shooting. Right there we were having the meetings. Case in point, Black Mali. Another point, Bakatel. Those areas where we had those meetings, and we had more than one meetings in the same in one community. Meaning in total we had 30 cottage meetings. And that was no way, SLP didn't have nothing close to that. In fact, by the time between when SLP started the meetings to election day, they probably didn't have more than 10 political meetings. In Castries East or Central, within the close proximity, they didn't have more than 10. We had about 30. So the issues, we were everywhere with the issues, on the issues, ponging the issues of the election, Angie.
Yeah, I remember I attended some of those meetings.
You attended some of those meetings. One of the other areas that we were very, very particular about, when we started our campaign, we placed flags within a 3-day period. We placed flags for the entire Castries constituency. I think if you were driven around Castries, the only constituency you would have seen flags everywhere is Castries.
I remember.
And we did that by June of 2025. You know when SLP started putting the flags? The last week of September 2025.
So that means you guys were way ahead.
So our flags were on the poles. There were no flags.
I remember.
Other than yellow flags in Castries. But immediately upon SLP putting flags, they were taking down all yellow flags and replacing them with red flags. What did that happen? What did that indicate? That indicated, and before I go there, the leader of the party, SLP, already had 2 constituency offices. His main office was on Marshall Road, near the post office. He has a second office at Independent City. But he chose to open a third office on the same street that we had our meeting at near the entry post school.
Well,
that's
on
on
the same street
O'Reilly's.
you have your office.
The same street. And immediately upon the opening of that positioning of that office, we started having issues. They created issues there for us. You know why they created the issues there? And you know how they created that problem? It was an intimidating technique that they used.
Intimidation tactics.
That they would block off that road. Now that's a residential area, you know. The guys have an office on that road in a residential area. There is a parking area right in front of their building. They would have a vehicle parked there, and they would park another vehicle alongside that parked vehicle on the carriageway, closing off the road. So, when we leave exit our office and we're driving out
Because it's a
in that
cul-de-sac.
semicircle, in a cul-de-sac formation, persons had to turn or reverse, turn in that road and go back in the direction of our office. And that was a deliberate technique. I said that is not happening when I am driving out there. Now on different occasions, on more than one occasion, our candidate, Mr. Chico, turned back and he had to go or reverse and went back the other way. And I told him, insist that those guys move that vehicle in the road. Because they were not doing me that.
Yeah.
And they know why they're not doing me that, Angie. Because they know that that will not happen. Note what I'm saying.
Now, you know, we had the same problem in Castries Southeast. Last term, 2021, Guy Joseph had his office. He'd had it there for a very long time in the Deglo Gap. And from the time he'd been elected as the rep for that area for Castries Southeast, he had his office in the Deglo Gap. And Joachim Henry, who was his opponent at the time, Joachim opened an office directly across the street. Directly across the street. So this time, he moved his office. Mr. Joseph moved his office from the Deglo Gap to close to the Ferrans Gap area. Lo and behold, Lisa came and put her office a little higher up and across the street.
Angie, I saw guys, young guys, who were timid little fellas. All of a sudden, those guys felt so empowered that they would drive past our office at a high rate of speed. Even when persons are trying crossing the road, those guys would just drive past. At one time, they would go to their office, SLP office, and it's clear what those fellas were doing. But I tell you, those fellas had to have had a little angel with them, because I'm telling you, for some reason,
You never
either
met-
they smell when I'm coming. I never had any encounters with those guys.
But I'm told that your nephew was threatened.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm there and I'm not even being told that those guys are doing that. I'm only hearing that after the fact. I'm saying, but when did that happen? And the guys are not even telling me.
Because they know you, Chico.
So,
they know
so,
you, Foster.
and the leader of the party, or the leaders of the party, top people, they're not saying anything about that, you know. You know what we were called? Certain people called us And they said by UWP are wimps.
Yes, I heard that statement.
You know, as though we're not fighting back and we want to call the police. One young lady even said, huh? You're playing your bad and it's police you're calling. A little young girl, the girl ain't weighing more than 50 pounds. She's an adult, but she ain't weighing 50 pounds.
I know who. Somebody sent me a video. I know her very well.
And she's passing, and at the time when there is both parties are having activities and we on our side, but they are driving past us and they are either going way past us, you know, our intersection, and creating a problem. And then she's saying, well, we are scared because we only want to call the police.
Now,
And you know the Marshall police is just stone throw away.
I know this individual so well. I was her supervisor when I was working at DAX. That's how well I know her. I just cannot remember her name, but somebody sent me a video of her, and the person said, this is the person who is trying to intimidate people next to your office. And I was like, this girl? Really?
I mean, you're laughing at that now, but
Somebody
it
said,
was no laughing matter.
in spite of Lisa putting her office next to Guy's office, she reported that Guy was stalking and following her. Yes, she did.
But we'll talk about that stalking. I don't know if it's a stalkings she's talking about.
Maybe
But we'll talk about that stalking because we ain't that word. That's a common word
these days.
from the SLP's lips. Once you're driving behind them, you're stalking them. Or if you've reached somewhere and they're there, you're stalking them.
Do you remember that time when Richard Frederick went on?
Oh, he's the guy I'm talking. He's the stalker. The real stalker guy. He's the guy I'm making reference to.
He's the instigator of the
Yeah.
stalking epidemic.
Yeah.
Because I remember him saying that he was stalked and he was afraid for his life, and he had to brandish
Man,
his
you can
firearm.
imagine what those guys got away with
Oh
in
my
St. Lucia, man. But anyway, Angie, all of that happened. And those guys are the ones drawing first blood, you know.
In every situation. Let me you spoke about what was happening in Castries East, but just across the road in Castries Southeast, we had the same situation. And what would happen is, you know that Guy Joseph is not someone who would who's not someone who's confrontational. You tell him something, he will answer you, but I don't see him as a confrontational person. So if we knew that, because I followed a lot of the meetings until I had to take a back seat because, you know, I was called to work for the electoral department and you cannot be involved in anything. But I was following a lot of the meetings, and there was one instance where Guy Joseph and his supporters were heading to Canneries. And the SLP was having a meeting in that area. How do you call that gap? The where when you pass Ticolo, and there's this gap. One road goes down to Odsa, the other one goes to Marigo. That big U-turn there. You know what area I'm talking about? You leave Hess, you're going up the hill.
Go up the hill, Lacroix.
Right. So that's the Lacroix gap there?
Lacroix,
Okay, well,
yes.
yeah, that's the area. And I don't know if they heard the vehicles or if they saw them coming, but individuals who were at that meeting, they left their vehicles parked in that area, in the Lacroix Gap area, and ran down the road through Formagé. Running down to Formagé, screaming, "Stop following us! Stop following us, stop following us. I'm like, what? And there's one lady that said, oh, last we've no chef labo. Last we've no chef labo. And she's screaming that and running down the hill. And then when they got to the bottom of the hill, there's a bridge. All of them around the bridge, blocking off the bridge, standing in the road, saying all kinds of things, you know. And I saw two individuals there. One individual that I really expected better from because I know this individual. But I guess, although that individual was not really part of it, but they were standing there and they were obviously enjoying the spectacle. I don't know if they were part of the crowd, but I didn't see them taking part in the heckling and the jeckling, but they were laughing. And I saw another individual, and I remember the driver of the vehicle that I was on said, he rolled down the window and he said, get out of the way of my vehicle. Get out of the way. I'm warning you all, because I'm not going to stop. I am driving down that road and I am not going to stop. And when he got to a point, because some of the vehicles in front of us had stopped, but when he got to that point, when he revved his engine, the road cleared so quickly. But you literally leaving where you were, and you leave your vehicle, you leave everything, you leave your meeting, and you're running down the road to block somebody, and then for you to scream at them, stop following you. I wonder sometimes if these people were not suffering from mass hysteria. Because you have to be not right in the head for that kind of behavior to make sense to you, Chico. You have to have a problem. I don't know what the problem is exactly.
And just some of those people.
But the problem has to be there.
Some of those people are at work when they do that.
I say that too.
They
because
get paid. Some don't even have to get paid. Some just figure that they're doing their party, such good favor. Pig did that they want to be in it. They want to be, even if they die doing it, but at least their name will be held in some plaque they will receive. Because
the Heckler Hall of Fame.
Because some of what they're doing, you just have to just laugh at some of the ridiculous. I tell you.
In what world does that behavior even begin to make sense?
I tell you, the guys would, it's reported to, because I tell you, I never saw it. The guys would be blocking the road and would be out of the vehicle on the carriageway. Now, mind you, at that office, SLP office in Entrepot there, that just came there across there. We don't have any parking signs. We don't have any right to any space on the road. And we were there months before them. But there are two wooden police, no parking signs, placed by their office. I don't know who authorized that. Now, Marshall Police, I'm going to say some things there that are true. From my observation, the guys have two no parking signs.
On either side.
Reserving an area right in front of their building for them. Those signs are there at midday, it's there at midnight, it's there at 2 o'clock in the morning. Whether there are vehicles or not, those signs are there. Those signs are erected there permanently.
Right, because they are reserved.
Yes. So
By the way, before we go, somebody is sending birthday greetings to Miss Elena Danielle, who is celebrating her birthday today. Oh, and your sister-in-law is celebrating her birthday today as well. So, yeah, but I just wanted to put that out there. So,
yes. So yes, Angie. And so apart from them having no parking signs there, I don't know which mad police give them that, but I know it's on already. So they have the no parking sign there, but they would park and close off the street next to that vehicle that's parked there on the no parking sign, and they would refuse to move. And there was an instance where I tell you Peter had to turn back about twice, and I warned him about that. I tell him, do not turn back.
Yeah.
Insist that those fellas get out of the road.
right.
Remain in your vehicle, make a call to the Marshall Police, and wait till they come.
But
The police come.
But I'm told that you all were making several reports and the police were not even
The police
responding.
never came. The Marshall Police never came. They never came to assist. Never. That's why some people can call and say the UWP are wimps. But the real turnaround would be if they had done it to the right person. Because I would not have ever, it could have been whoever that was in that road there, that person who was on the carriageway there would have to move that vehicle.
Yeah.
If I am the one driving the vehicle in front of it, that person would have to move. Or I'll get the vehicle out. Two things. Either they move it themselves
Oh, I helped them.
or I help them move it. So that went on all the time, Angie. We took all of that abuse. I never heard Philippe Pierre at one time address that. Never. They talk about never. That's a never. The police never came. We took that. Our signs, our flags were being removed on more than 2 occasions along the Rockall Road. I met guys closer to election. It was within about 2 weeks from election. I met guys, about 4 of them putting up signs, flags, SLP flags. At that time, 2 weeks before election, there wasn't a flag at Rockall, you know. I thought they would not have put any flags at Rockall. But until about 2 weeks, there were no flags at Rockall.
And then the flags just show up.
Flags showed up.
They were
Pave, there were about 10 flags, red flags, to every pole. So if there was one yellow flag, they would move the yellow flag and put 10 red flags. If there was one poster, they would nail Peter Chico poster, they would nail 4 red flags on the face of the poster. That was one time I took off red flags.
I saw
That was one
I
time
saw-
I got off my vehicle and I took off some red flags that were nailed on a Peter Chico poster. Because I placed the poster, I know there were no red flags.
Now, I saw instances around the island where SLP posters were being stuck on top of UWP posters,
Yes,
over the poster.
but they did that in Pave. They did that in Pave, Angie. So I'm driving down Marshall Road. There was a day we were going. I think it was a Saturday. That was just about a week before. Or was it the day we were going to Sozel, which was the last week of election. So here was this guy walking up the Marshall Road with a handful of a ladder and a hammer in one hand and a handful of red flags. So the guy put his
Ladder.
against a pole and he And he started climbing the pole. So I'm driving, coming towards the pole. And I see there's one flag, yellow flag, on that pole. He goes to the top of the ladder. He knocks out the yellow flag. He tosses it on top of a roof of a house, a nearby house. So I pull over just then. Now Peter is driving behind me. So Peter saw when I parked. So he continued going down. He thought I would have done something to the guy, but I can laugh at that now. So I got out of my car and I walked back to the guy. The guy is there nailing 2 flags, 2 red flags on that same pole. So I stood next to the pole and I told the guy, why did you have to take off the yellow flag? He told me he didn't take off the flag. The flag was slack. As soon as he went up the pole, the flag dropped. I tell him, man, listen, I saw you knock off the flag. You nail the flag and you threw it away. And you're now nailing your flag. I tell him, you know what I feel like doing you? But I wouldn't do him that just for a flag. They say flag don't vote. But that guy, I tell him, let me tell you, see if I had more time, I was going home, get my ladder, my hammer and flags. And all the flags you're putting up there, I'm just waiting for you to get off the pole. I'm climbing the pole and I'm taking off all. But I say, you have more time than me. I don't have time to do that. I tell him we can take off flags too, you know. I told the guy, and the guy is a wimpy little fella, I tell you, I know the man. And the guy tell me, but you're not police again. You can't do me anything.
Really?
I tell him, boys, now I can do you something because I'm not police again. So that's the guy's excuse.
You're not a police officer anymore.
I would have closer down the road to election. You know what I saw that guy do? Those guys are driving up. There is a motorcade going up past our home. At the time, there is a vehicle turning across the road. From off the road, that vehicle reverses onto the road and is turning to go in the opposite direction. The SLP motorcade is going up. That guy, that same guy, flag throwing guy, the guy got out of a vehicle. And the guy is standing. And if you hear the words that guy is using and the kind of threats he's making, get off the road, let us pass, man, get off the road.
Somebody
and the
hit
guy is
that same day we were going to Choiseul. Was it Choiseul we were going somewhere down south. And when we passed through Dayglow, somebody hit my daughter with a SLP flag. You know, she was in the back of a vehicle, but I was on the opposite side. And she was sitting, you know, you're sitting on the end of the vehicle and the person grabbed her by the shirt. She was wearing a yellow shirt. And the person said, nice girl, like you take out that shirt on you, and they pull her. So she hit the person because the vehicle is passing and you grab my shirt. It's just that the vehicles are slow. And the person hit her with the flag. We were going to Dennery. And that same day, somebody hit another individual from Forestier. And this guy stopped his vehicle in a motorcade, went and opened his trunk and opened his toolbox and pulled out his hammer, and his wife just happened to hold his hand. And he's saying, baby, let me go. And she said, no, let's go. We have to go. You're holding up traffic, let's go. And he said, but he tell everybody that was about, wait for me, I come in, and his wife was holding on to him, and I think his brother came, and you know, a bunch of people came and started calming him down, because that would have been so, because you see people that are normally very quiet, they don't look for trouble with people, you don't look for trouble with them.
And things could have gone
so bad.
Downhill
Yeah.
very fast for SLP, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very fast. I'm telling you that. You seen Castrizis? Things could have gone downhill at a fast rate for the SLP, you know.
But listen, there were other things. Now you're talking about the campaign, but election day, Foster.
Oh, yeah.
Election day was such an anomaly. I had my own experiences, and every other constituency had their own experiences. But some of the things that I am hearing, but before we go to that, before we go to election day, let me just read some of these comments. Somebody says they have to do it because of the payment and rum and other things that we'll promise to get from this nasty politician and high supporters of the party. Another person says, guys, these are things that should be recorded, documented, and reported for proof. There were a lot of recordings, trust me.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Somebody
surprised that persons were told. I remember Nancy Charles saying, keep those videos, and there are lots of videos. They have a video we have to make a comment on too.
Yeah.
Before the end of the show.
Somebody says,
and I plan to do certain things with that video. So we'll discuss that before the show ends.
Somebody says, LOL, now you will understand how there was a landslide. Fear. Violence is what makes most candidates win a seat. Fear. Soon we will see what fear have caused to the country. Not because they are the best representative, but they were more fearful to the citizens. I guess the citizens were more afraid of them. That's what this person is trying to say. LOL, the money didn't come yet. When CIP money came, river of money. Mind change, men cross floor, bills paid, all supermarket full. Money. Now...
I'm being told $2 million in vouchers.
Really?
$2 million.
In which...
I was at the supermarket.
In which constituency?
All. I was at the supermarket.
You mean $2 million per constituency?
I believe so.
Because I think that's the figures I'm hearing are so much more.
And somebody shopped with pulled out a grocery cart, and the person has 5 $50 vouchers. And I see those vouchers are still, I didn't say it, but I was right there. I say those vouchers are still around, boy. But it's valid up till March.
Okay.
2026.
Watch that.
$2 million worth.
Hold on. All supermarket full money. Now we have to eat what we grow. We have to eat weed if we want it legalized. LOL. Messi. Another person is saying, good afternoon, Mamai Flabo. Yellow is the code always. Someone says, because the government bought most of them in higher authority. So I'm hearing, so $2 million in vouchers, you say, eh?
$2 million in supermarket vouchers. I wouldn't say the name of the vouchers because...
One house in the north got $49,000 for 6 of them. Unconfirmed reports.
So, Angie, that video...
But
what we played there... There's a reason why I wanted it played.
I know.
Because Mr. Joseph said something. The police came to a location. So that was election day. The police came to a location. There were other persons there apart from Mr. Guy Joseph. So, but they came to him. They figured probably he was a candidate, and based on whatever information they claim to have, they asked him, and that's what he's reporting, that the police is asking him, does he know anybody who's paying anybody to vote? And he said, well, there are people there. In essence, that's what he's saying. There are people there. If you come, if that's what you come to find out, ask people. Why are you asking me? So, and he made a statement about...
Oh, we have a call on the line. Let me just grab that call quickly. Good afternoon, caller. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Angie and Mr. Chico.
Hi, good afternoon.
I was listening to you, and all what you're saying is the truth, because I was at the supermarket, and there are 3 ladies that come there, and about the vouchers. There are some of them that had the vouchers, they're like a little notebook, like a big pile
Wow.
at the supermarket. I saw them with my two eyes. So all what you're saying is the truth.
Yeah, well, they valid until March, caller, so they have a lot of shopping to do between the rest of January
Yeah,
and February.
yeah, and they're with the red shirt there, and if you hear the words that coming from their mouth, I stand up there and I say, Messier, Messier. Ah, wow, for them people, eh? Yeah.
You see, some
Yeah, I know how for them
some
people.
clubbers are jealous of the SLP with the vouchers. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
SLPs are floating in money. They are singing. They are singing with
Well,
vouchers.
listen,
man.
though, after joy is sorrow. With them, they let them enjoy. But after they start crying,
I hope they get
After
vouchers for
joining
the
the-
next 5 years.
Did
Yeah.
the lady told you there was someone with a book?
no, and they pile, they like a little on the book, a big pile.
You see?
I stand up there and I'm watching them people, eh?
Yeah.
And if you hear the words that coming from them now, I say,
Oh, yeah.
for them people.
Let me tell you.
But shame,
That's
shame for them.
a nation. That's a nation. That's a nation. A nation, Monique, là.
Wicked people, eh? Wicked people. Yeah. Well, and then enjoying you, and they're listening to you and enjoying the show, eh? And take care when you're going home.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
But
you,
caller,
caller.
can you tell us what supermarket was it in Castries or was it a community supermarket? I just trying to figure out.
Massy supermarket.
So you don't know.
Well, they redeemed only it appears they redeemed only in one particular supermarket. So
Because I'm told there's only one supermarket that was handing out vouchers. The vouchers that were being handed out was for one supermarket.
well, that's what I saw. I saw them, so that's what I saw. That's why I say I'm not saying
That was
the
my
name.
massy.
But
Yeah.
if you can only redeem it there, it have to be their vouchers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't listen to you all, and bye-bye.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you so much
thank
for
you,
that caller.
caller.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah. So you were not the only one who had the voucher experience.
I tell you, Angie. But going back to Mr. Guy Joseph, there are other videos, voice messages, and so on, where there was an incident where a young man from Fulasho was detained. It is alleged that he had about 50 ID cards.
Yes.
There was another incident where Tommy Descat and his company manager, whoever, was detained, stopped and detained. And later that same night, I saw a photo of 4 ID cards, one of Tommy, one of a lady, and one of another gentleman on a desk.
Yes.
And it is alleged that that desk was at CID. So, I later learned that Tommy Descat made a statement that or his financial person, whatever, or company manager, some monies was confiscated from him. When they were brought down, they were released, and then the money was counted. The money was not counted in their presence and so on. And I'm saying, what type of, who does that? I know if the police have reasons to seize cash that you have, Angie, anything that the police would take you into custody with or for, the police, if they have cause to release you,
They have to release you with
must-
all your belongings, right?
no, if they have reasons to seize it, they must either count it, seal it in your presence,
Okay.
so that you know that it's $20 you have, 20 coins, or 4 notes.
Or 5, 10
Or
cents
5.
pieces.
The police must take some kind of inventory of whatever you have. If you have drugs, if you have marijuana cigarettes and you have 100 marijuana cigarettes, they must count it, put it in, seal it, make you sign. If they're going to release you, and that evidence, that package would become evidence, they have to take, that is what you call a chain of custody.
Custody, yeah.
How? So, when I listen to Guy Joseph saying that the police came and it looked like more than one policeman, because they came on a van, more than one of them were asking him if he knows anybody who's paying people to vote. And then you have another set of officers, or if it's the same 2 or 3 officers, I don't know, who would confiscate money from another group of individuals, take them down to CID, take their ID cards, take a photo, circulate the photo, because it have to be somebody in the room that circulate the photo.
Yeah, because the photo appeared on a SLP
Right.
hack fake account. So
So somebody, so it have to be the police that took the photo. Who else would have taken the photo at CID?
yeah. It wasn't Tommy for sure.
So, Angie, before the show ends, and I believe it's 9 minutes after 6, so we have under an hour. My instructions are, and there is a video to substantiate what I'm saying. I have it on my phone, and I plan to investigate it further. There was a transit, a bus. That polling station on the wharf there, what is it? F1, F2? Tell me what it
I'm
is.
actually not sure, you know. I really don't know what it is.
That
But that was the polling station on
polling
the wall.
station on the wharf. You have a bus parked in there, allegedly driven, occupied by a top SLP hornblower.
That's their names now. They're not big wigs anymore.
Uh,
They're
a
hornblowers
hornblower.
now.
He's a big wig to me, but on that day he was
A hornblower.
a hornblower. And persons are seen entering and exiting that vehicle either before or after they come from casting their vote. And that's within the within the compound of the wharf. And the person making the video is standing outside the gate
Wow.
and recorded that vehicle being parked there. And according to the person, my instructions are that that vehicle spent about an hour inside of there. I have the vehicle number, and I know I have the registered owner of the vehicle. I will choose at the right time to say who was the driver of that vehicle and why I know the person was the driver. Because that vehicle was actually stopped by a police officer upon receiving a complaint that that's what they were doing. They were paying people $700 to vote.
What
And that
color?
person is a lawyer. That's the big wig person.
So you're an officer of the court.
That person is an
and
officer
you're
of the
telling
court.
me that you're not
lawyer.
aware, and you're telling me that you're not aware that this is
The
an
guys
offense.
don't care, Angie. Those guys don't care. So, not even knowing that would have happened down the road, a particular officer was on duty in a nearby constituency. I am saying it so for me not to give out any clues too early. I will release what I'm releasing at the right time. The officer received certain information, and just at that particular time, that vehicle is approaching. And here are 3 or 4 young guys who had just finished voted at that polling station. Not the Wharfer, it's another polling station within the same jurisdiction. So the guys, obviously, I recognize the vehicle as the paying vehicle, the vehicle with the money,
Right.
driven by that lawyer with a big wig lawyer. So the guys are flagging down the vehicle. Bossman, I ain't get paid yet.
Wow.
In the presence of the police, a particular police officer. So then the person realizing that, boy, they can't really stop there because look, the fellas already identify and saying, making certain remarks to indicate that some monies have been paid or some vehicle money is being kept there to pay them. Couldn't stop immediately there, so they went to Jovalilaya to take care of the guys who made their claim. So the police officer
Followed.
and he stopped the vehicle. Well, the vehicle was stopped, so he
He came up to the
Confronted.
vehicle. Right.
right, the driver. The driver had to turn on his glass. So he confirmed
That this is the driver.
that that person was the driver of that vehicle, for sure. Dressed in all his red, regalia on him, all his red suit and his clown suit, some wearing
His
Arabic
uniform. His
suit,
uniform.
Arab suit, some wearing other clown suits on them.
We have some. We have some comments
You
here.
can come and say it,
Boy.
because I will drop some. I drop in some.
So the person is saying UWP also has a few detractors. As soon as the party lose the election, they start showing disloyalty. Some people cannot stand for something, so they stand for mischief. Another one says, caller, my cousin is on here. Somebody saying, caller, they are happy and happy for them. I'm happy for them. They voted for who they wanted. Another one says, caller, sweet life is not for long according to the pig. Another is saying, LOL, I hope they save money for the hospital bills. No hospital voucher. I would have taken a hospital voucher
Instead of food
and
voucher.
save it there instead of the food voucher. Somebody say, I can mention the name, but I will not do it because I don't want them to sue the radio station. But
Hold the names.
But
We'll release
the
names at
government
the right
wastes a
time.
lot of money in the general election and now telling the people they need 280 million for the water dam. Somebody says, Angie E.T. say he see it too in his own eyes. Another person says, Tommy should sue the government and say he had more than what they handed back to him because they didn't check the money in his presence. Excuse me. That's a story I heard about a guy who was arrested for drugs. And when he got to court, he said, yes, he had drugs, but what the officer presented, he had more than that.
He had more than that, yes.
Somebody says, nothing in 2025 showed me the SLP would win this election, and they didn't win. Now they are calling for Shas to oppose the SLP. The people spoke what was there to oppose. The SLP supporters say Shasney will never win another election, so why do they want Shas to respond to confusion? I agree with you there.
I agree.
Another one says, let the SLP handle their business. They were blowing houses like wolves. We flubos good. Y'all speak SLP supporters and we're not troubling y'all. Y'all know best. Another person say, ha ha ha, I know who you are talking about because I know him very well and I can say he is my family and he is a dirty lawyer. Another says 4.5 year journey. Another one says, wow, wow, wow. Money, money, money. Sorry for our sweet St. Lucia. Somebody says, my grandfather used to be his granduncle. Another one says, the Labours were very aggressive. Another one is saying, and when I say he's a dirty lawyer, I mean he's a dirty lawyer because this man did me something. I will never like him. Oh, because I thought you were saying that anyway. Never mind. Let me not say that. Somebody says, old dogs and pups. We flubbos are old-fashioned and out of touch. That's what the SLP hacks say. The UWP cannot win another election ever. The times are changing. Trump will be the one to decide this. Well, my lady, the SLP hacks can say what they want. But did you hear the Prime Minister say how the UWPs are gloating now that he is in hot water with the Americans? He said that.
He admitted he's in hot water?
Well, I mean, that's what he's saying. And then he said, oh, you're talking about visa. As long as I'm the Prime Minister, I will always have a visa. I have to play these things for you, you know, Foster. Foster,
no,
you
I
listen
have.
to my
Let
show.
me tell you, I have Angie. You know, I'm back here doing what I normally call. I did it the entire 2024. I do daily. How do I call it? I post a quote on my windscreen every day. Sometimes every day.
On your windscreen or on your status?
My windscreen.
On your vehicle?
My vehicle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I have it on my email. I send it to my email so I can do a booklet. So I am planning to do that in 2026, you know. But let's go back to
we
the
still have
scenario.
some more. So hold on.
Yes, let them come. Read them.
Somebody says SLP right now means St. Lucia Pui. Sorry if I misspell. Another one says, yes, some who were walking with UWP say Shasney. Yes, now yes, some who were working with UWP say Shasney will not be Prime Minister. Pip doing his best working for them to stay in power. Somebody's reminding me, and his ministers have a diplomatic visa. Yes.
Right.
So he said, and I quote, that he will always have a diplomatic visa.
And he said, I hope.
No, he said he will always have a diplomatic visa as long as he's Prime Minister. And his ministers,
Cabinet of Ministers
will always have will always have their
visas.
Their visas. Now, hold on, no, their diplomatic passports.
Yeah.
Now, are you aware that a week after he said this, the European Union suspended all visas for Donald Trump and all members of the all American officials,
Yeah.
cabinet. Well, I don't know how they have it there. The Senate and help me out. The House, all of them.
If you talk about American politics,
I don't know. I don't know them.
I don't even watch the television screen when that is on. Any more comments?
No, that's the last one.
Okay, so Angie, back to the political bribery again. So the officer, when he pulled over that vehicle, realized it was that bigwig lawyer, all clad in red, from red cap to shoe. So the officer told him what report that he got concerning his vehicle and others. He didn't have much to say other than he wants to point the police in a particular direction, that there are others too. The guy is not saying that's not what he's doing, you know. And that's a lawyer. But he wants to point the officer in another direction. But John is doing it, and Tom is doing it, and Harry is doing it. So up comes another bigwig person. But this time, rather than the police stopping that vehicle, that bigwig person, the bigwig confronts the police.
Wow.
And you know what he tells the police? That he got a report that he, the officer, is calling and suggesting to people to vote Flobo. You ever hear something like that? You can believe that? So the guy is not even waiting for the officer to tell him what the multiplicity of reports he's getting about them. But he's accusing the policeman of calling people and asking them to go and vote Flobo. So the officer took him on. The officer told him, you must be crazy. You must be crazy to look at me and to suggest that you got a report that I am calling people to vote. And I am on duty.
Wow.
But the officer told him, all the reports they're getting suggesting that's people like you, with your red clothes there, who are doing it because we just stopped one of them just minutes before you. That was the first bigwig person. The officer made reference to that second bigwig person. That first bigwig person he just spoke to, they was engaged in doing that very same thing that he's doing.
Wow.
Angie, the officers who spoke to Mr. Joseph, called that officer with that same accusation.
What? That's not true. that the officer...
So you know that could have come from their source. You know what that means? That the three of them are working jointly. The three groups.
Yes.
But that officer had to stick it to them, because they know that person, that officer, ain't easy. That demonstrates what was going on election day.
So let me understand this correctly.
Yes, ask.
So the officer got a report. I have to put on my glasses for me to understand that, because I don't think if I look at it with my own eyes I'll get it. So let me just understand the situation.
I think those guys are easy.
So the officer got a report, Chico. Right? The officer got a report that Foster is in that vehicle, that this vehicle is buying votes. The officer goes up to the vehicle, knocks on the window, they roll down the window, Foster is in the vehicle. The officer says to Foster, I heard that you were doing this. And Foster says, well, you heard about me, but let me tell you where Angie is, and she doing it over there.
Right.
And then another individual.
That was the first wig person that said that, yes.
The first wig. That wig was a grey wig or a black wig. I don't understand what color wig.
A grey wig.
Most of the guys have keyless wiggy, because say wigs are really dangerous. So, okay. So, okay, so the person is saying, let me show you where Angie is, she's doing it.
Right.
So, while the officer is confronting Foster, Nancy comes, and Nancy says, oh, officer, I heard you were telling people
where to vote.
Where to vote?
Right.
I don't understand.
So then the officers points Nancy, or explain to Nancy that I got the call already. I got that same foolishness you said there. I got a call indicating that I was doing that already. And I put the person straight. So now that you come in with it, you must get that call from that person too.
So you're in cahoots with
right.
the person.
So it means big wig 1, big wig 2, and the officers will stop guy who in the same league. You understand what I'm saying?
I'll take out my glasses. I don't think I want to see too much. That'll make my eyes blurry. Seriously? So it was a corplo.
So amidst all of that, remember Tommy and his campaign manager is at CID, and the ID cards is already been circulated. Meanwhile, I don't know if you have that recording, Angie, but I have it. Do you have a recording of a lady indicating that her son was caught with 45 or 50 ID cards? Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
Do you have it close?
No, I have to search for it.
Well, I have it. But that's what I'm indicating. So the police, did you see that person photo or ID card?
No.
Did it come from CID?
I didn't see that ID card. I didn't see any
that
information on
person.
that person.
Was that person detained? Do you know?
No.
I wonder why. So somebody has 45 to 50 ID cards. That person is on the election day, and the person didn't just have the ID card, The person made a statement to the police,
I was told that in the in the information that was given. Hold on. I might have that close because
I have
remember
it, you know.
I sent it to someone. But I was told, I'm not
It would
sorry.
have been nice for us to play it, you know.
I was told that the individual told the individual is wheelchair bound,
Right.
and they told, well, I not that I was told, but that was in the
That
in
was
the
what was said
briefing,
in
yeah.
the voice, yeah.
That the person actually said to the police why they had the ID cards,
Right.
who had sent them,
Who send them
do
to get it, yes.
how much the person offered to pay them. They gave the individual, the police, all the information, and nothing came of that.
But did you see that person photo end up anyway?
No.
Or
No.
ID card anyway?
Nothing.
Exactly. So ask yourself why.
Maybe the person wig bigger than the other. Maybe that wig. Maybe that wig bigger than Tommy wig. I don't know. Maybe one person wearing a gray wig, one person wearing a black wig, and there are
So-
some guys out there wearing brown wigs because.
Tommy,
Instead-
is Tommy head bald?
No, I don't think so.
Tommy has a, what you said?
He does have a little. I think I need to look at his
No, but you sure, Angie?
as if to me.
No,
Yes.
no. All photos I've seen of Tommy. I just had
He's not
one
bald. He's not bald.
there. You sure?
Let me see that.
Pull up a picture of Tommy fast for us to debunk that. Castries Southeast. I'm sure I just watched a photo there of Tommy Descat. Tommy Descat has no wig. Hmm? Correct me if I'm wrong, Angie. I don't know. Last I saw Tommy, to me he didn't have hair.
No. He has a faded cut, but he's not bald.
You
So
sure?
maybe I'm telling you, Tommy wig not as long as these people wig.
It look like the big wig people are getting away with all sorts of crimes, man.
But I mean, this is the part that gets me.
It gets
The
more
part
and
that
more
gets me.
ridiculous.
The part that gets me. You're saying that a police officer is stopping somebody and trying to investigate a claim that was made. But this individual feels so empowered and so emboldened and so above the law that before the police officer have a chance to talk to that person, that they are accusing the police officer of things.
Yeah. Now, note that the police didn't stop the person, the person stopped the police. The guy
I'm
stopped
sorry.
the police
I'm
and
sorry.
is accusing the police of making a call,
I'm sorry.
of making calls to call people, and the police is on duty. And this is happening within the 100-yard line perimeter of the polling station, Angie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So the
So those guys have their operation well underway. Several different persons are mobile, and those guys are driving about within the 100 perimeter, within the vicinity of the 100 yards, and they're looking for the persons either on their way or having spoken to them prior, meeting them coming out of the polling station, and they are paying them. But the officer who's on duty having received the information, is confronted by one of those wigs and is accusing the police officer before the upper officer can have to tell him anything.
So you know what just happened there? Mama Kuija met Avai Kuija.
Yes, because those guys know what they're doing and they know the police know. The guys know that the people know what they're doing. And those are the same guys giving the vouchers, you know. We are hearing candidates giving vouchers way before they even endorse as candidates, they're already giving vouchers. Building roads, supervising backhoes, building roads in Sandy Fe.
Yes. Not building
Since
roads.
when you ever
grading roads.
Since when you
grading
ever
roads.
a candidate?
The road did not finish touch up.
Yeah. Since when that happening, Angie?
2025.
Since when?
There's a new phrase that people use, and they tell you I was now years old when I found out this was the case. Well, I am today years old when I found. Well, I was last year years old when I found out that candidates could do that.
So retired officers, you see, while I coined that phrase, I just there, while you're just there, and you'll know that all what I'm saying there is true. I wouldn't come on the radio station for 3 hours. You see what I'm saying there? I just cannot say the police officer's name now,
No, you
or
shouldn't.
the candidates now, or the bigwig persons now. I just cannot say their names now, but you'll know that what I say there is true. Those guys purchased the election.
And they purchased it hook, line, and sinker, huh? Lock, stock, and barrel.
And they were so sure or
That they would
certain
win.
that they would get away. They were even accusing the police of things that the police should have locked them up for.
Now, hold on, eh? Is it just me? Or are these people really of the mindset that St. Lucia belongs to them and them alone? That
Well,
nobody
well,
can
whatever
talk to them and
foolish
that they
idea
are
they have.
above the law. Because look at this. When the incident happened, and I don't really want to talk about this incident too much because it's, about to go to the courts. When the incident happened in my case and I reported it to the police, when the police officer did his job to the T, he was accused of going after having a grudge. It wasn't that the individual had done something wrong and that the police were taking him to justice, It was the police had a problem with him and was servicing some sort of grudge.
That's the same mindset.
And now,
That's the same attitude,
and now
Angie.
a police officer is doing his job, investigating a claim, but is being accused because he's doing his job.
That's the same mindset. You can see it's a sick person that alone that can do that. A sick man.
You are coming at the
madman.
police. You are coming at the police, you, the civilian, to tell the police that he is breaking the law when he is simply doing his job and trying to maintain law and order and trying to.
But the worst part of it, Angie, there seem to be police officers engaged in that setup with the bigwig people who are doing that corruption and that nastiness. The officers who met me over the weekend and we spoke, you all know that I can say a lot of things. You all know the kind of person I am, the person I am. I am holding back just because I want to do certain things. I want to make sure that the information I have, I use it wisely and I don't put people in trouble. But other than that, I'll be saying names of those people, you know.
I don't want you saying names. That's too much information. Because I know you have a plan on how to handle this.
And you're crooked people. You're crooked lawyers. Ralph Gonsalves said it. When Ralph Gonsalves said that the lawyers will steal more and they will steal faster because the time is closing up on them, all your lawyers who are involved because you want to keep up your status, you're not going to fall, you're not going to pay a heavy price one of those days. Continue doing your corruption and think you all will get away with it all the time. You all know there are people that know, that have no respect for you all because you all know that they know that you all know that you all are corrupt. And people like me, I can be the nicest person, but I don't respect people who are corrupt. Once I know you're crooked, I'm not even looking at you twice. You can claim, you can have diamond teeth in your mouth. That means nothing to me. Once you steal from the people, trying to live high on the hog, and everything you do is crookedness you involve in for money. You all will steal faster, you all will steal more, but you all will still end up with less.
Now, I still cannot get over.
You can't believe what I tell you
I
there?
can't believe it. So a police officer comes to me. I must try that, you know. Let me see if it'll work for me. The next time a police officer approaches me and say, "Ma'am, I got a report that you were doing that." I say, "Yeah, I got a report that it was you." Well, you got a report it was me, but I got a report that it was you that was doing it.
Yeah.
Let me see what the police will do if I will not end up at custody. I guarantee you I will end up at custody suites or maybe even the wellness center because the police will say I have to be a crazy person to say something like that.
But Angie, it's interesting what you just said there. I'll not go deep into it, but let me just... Since the politician made that scathing attack on the police inspector, have you heard anything from the police department?
Nope. Well, yes. Several police officers called New Spain and expressed absolute outrage on that, and I think
Official, I'm not. I heard them.
I think the police welfare association might have said something, but the Royal Social Police Force didn't say anything.
Cameron Law is retired. I know the Police Welfare Association met recently. I don't know. I don't have an update on what was discussed. But I'm yet to hear anything sensible, anything in support of Inspector Clark. By virtue of what was said by the minister about him.
I was expecting.
And that is a shame.
I was expecting
under
the
RSLPF.
police high command.
I tell you, most of the people in the high command of the force are sheep.
Well, what kind of sheep, Foster? Because we just
Black belly sheep.
I'm not talking to you again. Guys, I am no longer speaking to Foster Chico because Foster Chico they say too many things. Let's go to the Facebook platform because the people like to be part of the conversation. So somebody says you're offering $75,000 health insurance down payment for first-time home buyers, a brand new hospital and more. The people refuse that. Something definitely wrong. We need to rebrand. Another person is saying, so in other words, they had police officers, lawyers, and high-ranking men in the nastiness of the 2025 general election. Somebody else is saying, there is this woman who claims to be Flabo. Some time ago, she had nothing to do with Flabo. She came back a couple months before the election. Now, because UWP lost the election, she's bashing Shas in the worst way. Everything Minerva would post, she has a problem with her. I know exactly who this lady is talking about, but I'm reserving my thing on that. Somebody says, I heard police officers were distributing money, buying votes for SLP. A young lady on Facebook was interviewed elections day, and we saw videos of police buying votes. And the thing that was said there, I can't repeat it. Somebody says they were paying bad boys to do that wickedness. Another person is saying, we need to change all the constituency chairman, including... Okay, I don't know. Okay. Angie, CIP money, we're just making phone calls. Let that thing go. Look at big money. I'm sending it directly. Give me your account number. That's what was happening. I'm a professional lawyer. I don't have to go to school to be a lawyer. Well, I'm a police officer. And it's on my couch. I learn it. So somebody says, I know Flabo has a lot of detractors. We need loyal people, not people there only when the good gets going. But we shall overcome. Another person says, you should realize what you should realize is that all of these things you highlighted are futuristic as opposed to many of the things offered by the other side, which provided immediate gratification. The result simply shows that most of the people do not care about tomorrow. Their focus is on what's available today. Another one says, haha, Foster, you killing us. The police was stopped by someone. Another one said, Foster and Angie, how can it be possible Tommy could pay for him after 6? His polling station closes at 6. I stand for correction. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it was possible for Tommy to be paying votes after 6 for people to go and vote for him in polling stations that were closed. But yes, that's what they were saying. Somebody says young men can't get wigs because the big wig taking all calypso soca. Oh my goodness. Another one says, I don't see what's available today except chaos, bacchanal, and tragedy. Another one says, there was a pastor from Deriso paying people to vote in Mikusa for SLP. Wow. Even the pastors. Somebody says, like the women cannot find skinny jeans in the department stores. Well, UWPs have to rebrand our party for today, not tomorrow. Another one says they had to do what it takes because they know all of them would go to jail. USC, some of them run to look for visa to escape. Jesus. Do you know these guys pay people passage from America, Canada, England to come down to vote for them? Wow. We have to work with the times, modernize our politics and party. How we do that, I don't know, but we need a new brand. It seems SLP is going in with one motto and coming out with wins. What are they doing we are not doing, or what are we doing wrong? Somebody says, St. Lucian rather the money than thinking of tomorrow. Somebody is saying, I think you misunderstood. The today referred to was up to the day of election. What was available then? Money, lots of it. And it came in various forms, including direct cash offerings, promotions within the public service, vouchers, and more. Another person is saying we have to begin our homework early classes and pay attention to UWP, to what the other guy is doing and why he is winning. We need ears and eyes on the ground. We are too passive. Somebody say for Flubbo to win, they had to be given more money than Labour. Another says, do you remember we had some corrupt lawyers? Did you remember father and son before they passed away? You remember they used to be half naked in the city with everything hanging out. By the way, we have some dirty and corrupt guys in the media too. They are very dangerous, some of the media people. Somebody say promotions too. I didn't know promotions were offered, but I know money was given for votes. Seriously, because obviously, hold on, they are not ashamed of buying votes. Why should Flubbos? Sometimes you have to play tit for tat seriously. Another says, they did all their dishonesty to win the election. They won. Now they are coming to boast. I don't think they're coming to boast. They have nothing to boast about. I don't see. You see that party have anything to boast about? The only thing they're boasting about is that the Prime Minister hasn't lost his diplomatic visa. And he is not immune because, like I said, the week after he came out and said that he will always have a diplomatic visa as long as he is the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the European Union cancelled the diplomatic visas of all American officials coming into the EU. They cancelled it. So these guys have absolutely nothing to boast about. And look at what is happening. We're being forced to accept deportees. We're being forced to accept deportees. We have no visas to go to the US. They canceled the processing of immigrant visas. For you to get a non-immigrant visa, you now have a for you to get a non-immigrant visa, you have to pay a bond of over 15,000 US. Is that something to boast about? These guys have nothing to boast about. So I don't see.
We have been told that there's another serious collision at Bexo right now.
My goodness. I was just talking about these things, these collisions. And when you say serious, how serious are we talking?
I see a free vehicle accident there, but they're using a Joseph Life to cut up a vehicle, a truck. A truck driver is standing. They actually almost standing in the vehicle with his leg mingled, trapped by the vehicle. So they're trying to cut the vehicle front
to try to get him out.
Yeah. So boy, those crashes are happening, man, and the road is so unsafe.
That's the
Angie.
thing. That's the thing, Foster. I was just talking about this. I was just talking about this on my show. That something needs to be done. You know, something definitely needs to be done. I don't know what, but something needs to be done.
Now, Angie, when you look at, I spoke to a lady recently, and she tells me something about persons are driving in England way in the 80s, 90s.
Well, yeah, but they're saying that the Queen of England drove herself while she was in her 90s.
Yeah, I mean, you see them, you see people, and I mean, you travel and you see. As soon as there's a lot of emphasis on, I believe when you get to 70, yeah, you have to do a retest. You have to submit eye examination. You have to a medical examination for you to get your license renewed. And I know in other jurisdictions, persons are driving well above 80, 90. As long as you can see, or you're not.
Boy, Foster, I think our people can see, huh? Because the kinds of things I see on the road, I don't think they can see, Foster.
But the collisions are being largely young people who are below 50, you know. You hardly get people who are over 6. How would you say the driving population over 65? You think there are lots of people over 65 who are still driving in St. Lucia? Like retired people. The people are saying they're just there. I just there, yes. Angie? Those people who are just there, the retirees, let me hear you. We don't get retired.
Oh, by the way,
involved
we
in
forgot to tell people that the phone lines are open.
collisions. And we don't have much time.
Yeah, we
In
forgot
fact-
to tell them the phone lines are, but they've been so engaging on the
Yes,
Facebook
they've been.
platform that but guys, the phone lines are open if you want to make your contribution, and
Remember, we had to give them an extra 10 minutes because we
yes,
were
we
about 10
do.
minutes late.
So the number to call is 572-3473, and you can give us a call either on our WhatsApp platform or on the landline. Same number, 572-3473. Yeah, but you were saying, go ahead, Foster.
I know from official statistics that we hardly get accidents or collisions caused by persons who are 60 and up on our roads, you know. Most of the collisions are caused by young persons, young drivers. That's why I want to hear more from the driving school instructors, the president, Mr. Jean. I know you can say something other than just hold up traffic, Jean, on the highway.
I was just about to ask you, isn't that the same individual?
That's the same guy who said he's sick and he can feel he can just jump out of his car. You remember? At the time. Went by Chasney's home and he said Chasney built his house too close to the road. That's why he can knock a pun, an empty pun, by the road at 5 o'clock in the morning. So Jean, knock some pun on the bad drivers. I want you to bit some pun on them. If that's what you call yourself, you're an instructor. I can say a lot more, you know, Jean. I'm just taking it easy on you for now. But say something that making sense for a chance. I want to hear from, I made a comment early in the program about what I see happening at the roundabouts, on the highways. There was a video last week, about 2 weekends ago, Angie. I don't know if you saw it. That last video where the white car collided with on the right side of the road. You saw it. Apparently somebody was driving behind. It was caught on dashcam or something. That fatal accident. The week before, there was a similar video showing a bus this time moving from its left side of the road onto the right side and missing very, very narrowly a vehicle going in the opposite direction. I have that video.
I don't think
There is a lot of distraction, a lot of distractive driving going on. Either persons are driving when they're sleepy, persons are driving when they... I don't know what's going on. But there is a lot of bad driving on the road.
I was
here.
just discussing that on my show.
There is that video, man. I am going to try to get that video. And it was a bus actually moving from the left side of the road over that middle line and missing a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction. I don't know, it probably a horn that blew or something that caused the guy to wake up and just pull back his vehicle.
Foster, these things are crazy, you know. You're saying these things to me, but I'm really thinking that these things are just crazy.
And there is a lot of that happening on our roads. Motorcyclists are overtaking you anywhere. The guys are driving with a lot of road rage. A guy's behind you, you're following somebody, a line of traffic, and the person don't know. You can't see above my vehicle, you can't see beyond the vehicle that's in front of me, but you're overtaking. Where are you overtaking going to? Where are you going?
Speaking of which, I was on a bus recently. This happened last week or over the weekend, but I was on a bus and a person is there's a line of traffic coming, right? So it was in the Millennium Highway. You know where they're doing that? I don't. We have to talk about the Millennium Highway. Remind me next time you come. But
is that the highway officially ended yet?
No, because now that they're done with the highway, listen, now that they're done with the highway, they're now fixing a bridge. We'll come back to that. So where they're fixing the bridge, they have two ropes, one on either side to slow people down. And there's a vehicle coming, a line of vehicles coming this way. I'm on a bus going that way. And the third vehicle on the other line, he is coming out because the vehicle in front of him is stopped. He's coming out of the lane and almost collide head on with the vehicle I was on. And he just went back. You cannot see in front of you. You cannot see what's going on. Where are you going?
Probably you were so close to the vehicle ahead of him. Now that the vehicle stopped, for him to see beyond it, he has to actually come into the road. But those guys are not drivers.
No, he was attempting to overtake.
Those guys are not drivers. Those guys are just they just got a license or they buy the license, whatever. And those guys are just creating mayhem on the road. Because there's no reason. Sometimes, let me tell you, When I look in my review and I see a guy so close to me that I can't see his headlight, partner, I just pull in left a little bit and let you pass. I just hope when you go around, I come around the corner, I don't find you blocking the road, either you upside down or right side up. Once I can pass, for me to go at my sweet little home. Because if that's what you're driving to get, Angie, you're going to get it. If that's what you're looking for, you're going to get it sooner rather than later. Some of those guys are just driving as though if you come around the corner, when they pass you, expect when you come around a corner, you find those guys right side up or upside down.
I don't know, Foster. I think these people have some serious
With-
issues.
People crossing the road at any time, cows crossing the road at any time, motorcycles doing anything, darling, at any time. Why people have to think? At my age, Angie, if I get involved in an accident yet, and I'm driving since 1991, I can say I have some experience. That's about 45 years. This year, the middle of this year, I'll have 45 years.
Foster,
As a driver.
Foster, we have calls coming in on the WhatsApp platform. Oh my goodness. I've not been doing my job. We missed 2 calls already. Callers, can
Angie,
you let me
make the
just...
retired officers stick my head when they
I
see
see
me,
that.
you know.
I see that. I'm so sorry. Somebody's sending us some photos here. And they're of accidents, I think.
Yeah, there are at least two collisions that happened while we were on the show.
So, caller, you can give us a call back. I'm so sorry I was not paying attention. But we would love to hear from you. So, yeah, let me tell you. It is quite intriguing. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on with our drivers, our youth. I was just talking before you came. I don't know where the disconnect is, but our youth seem to be doing some really crazy, crazy things.
Angie, some of the young drivers, those guys don't sleep. Those guys smoke weed or whatever else they're
Okay,
smoking.
there you go. We have a call. Good evening to you, caller. You are on the air. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, caller. You are on the air.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I tried to call a while ago, but I couldn't. It's just ringing.
Yeah,
Okay,
because-
I have a question for you all, especially Chico.
Yes, sir.
Why the insurance jack up the minimum of the drive for the license? I mean, for the vehicle. Why they jack it up? Because okay, also, I have my license from 1974. I never had an accident. I never break up traffic law. Never. I take my time. But people will come driving past. Oh, they're knocking me from behind all the time. And insurance, the last time I paid my insurance, they told me I have to, the price went up. I was paying about $6 something. Now I paid almost $1,000
For food party.
Why?
Food party.
for food party.
Boss, you just paying for
Okay.
Paul. Peter paying for Paul. The insurance okay.
That's what I told them. Peter paying for Paul. You know?
All you can do is ask for no claim discount or something. Eh? That's what they do in me too. I never had an accident by paying my insurance rising all the time. Because so many mad
And the young
sellers-
people have the most accident right now.
Yes,
Them kind of hybrid vehicle, coming on with a speed.
the fellas
They don't
cannot
care,
drive.
they
The
over-
fellas are going down the hill fast. They're going up the hill fast. They're going down the hill fast. I don't know what kind of
Why is
driving is
that?
that.
These guys smoking or whatever, or they drinking?
They're
What happened?
drinking white rum, they're smoking weed, and they're driving. That's what caller. We have to say it as it is.
Why? Well, people, I don't think right now, if that's the way going, people can afford to pay insurance again. Huh? The cost high. You understand?
But even if caller, even medical insurance gone up, premiums gone up, everything gone up because people are getting hurt, more people are getting injured on the road, more people are being shot, more people are being stabbed, more people driving reckless. So everything gone up. Don't think it's just your insurance, your car insurance premium that going up. Your health plan going up too.
It's going to be, yeah. So I don't know what's going on in St. Lucia right now. During the road there, going downtown, accident one after the other. Mary still, when you go further down, accident again. When I reach by Alcyon, I saw somebody lie down on the ground, and I don't know if the vehicle hit the person while the person walking. I don't know, because I don't want to stop and see what happened. I'm on my business. I go in on my business. Vehicles behind me. You know, accident one after the other.
Man, I don't know. People, there are so many distractions on the road, and you're driving on the road, caller. You see a dog. Who cleans the highway anyway? Who's responsible for that? That guys kill a dog. Why I saw that dog? Somewhere by Sajiko. That dog, I saw that dog, it probably had just died. 2 days after, I see half of the dog. I see the dog. That dog is in the lane. People are running over that dog. That dog is crushing all over the place. Who is responsible for getting because all of that is distractions on the road, you know.
Yeah, but Sunday, just past there yesterday, I saw by Johnson a pole. I don't know if it's a vehicle that hit a pole. Half of the pole hanging went on the left side by the marina when you're going up, and the other half on the right side. And all the wires, and I don't know what, and the traffic slowing down. I don't know what happened. You understand?
So you mean the wires were obstructing the pole was obstructing the traffic, and the traffic is still moving slow.
It moved, yeah, very slow.
My God.
Very slow. So, and you will have to do trying the research about all these things, insurance, you know.
She have an assignment, and she not taking notes, and she have an assignment there. So give her, text her when you see them things, send her a photo. She will have to investigate it.
Okay. All right, because Chico had that. Sunday before the election, my daughter found herself in an accident. But what happened? She's on sick leave. So her friends call her, come, yes, sub party's on, come on. And you know, the child go. She's driving a Voxy.
Mm-hmm.
You're on sick leave. You go in the party. 3 o'clock in the morning. I get in a call, and somebody told me, "Boy, your daughter in an accident there." So apparently, I don't know if she was racing, but she finds herself on the other side by Carrasco there. Hit a pole.
Oh my
Right?
goodness.
Hit the pole. And
Carrasco, caller in town?
no, in Massab there. When you're going up by KM2, then versus Western Beck, Carrasco have a shop thing there.
I came.
Like, okay, let's say you're going up to what's the name again? Just by Blue Water there.
Oh, okay, yes.
You know, I mean, you're going home 3 o'clock in the morning to 5. I mean, you have to cut certain part in the vehicle to pull her out.
Caller,
My
caller,
God.
she probably fell asleep, man. With a Foxy, you say? They have
Yeah.
no body at all, huh?
That nobody. You understand? But what happened to her? Also, I praying for my children every day, morning and night. I
Man.
pray for them. You know what happened to her? Just the kneecap had break.
Wow. That's still a lot, you know,
Yeah.
caller.
That's a lot. You understand? So the last time I took her ride with her, I told her, "You driving too fast with me." You know what she told me? "Oh, I driving faster."
Caller, you said you're driving from 1974.
Yeah,
That's 52 years, you know.
yeah.
But you must coach your daughter, man, to be like you.
I coaching her, but they don't want to listen.
They're not listening.
The answer she gave me, "Oh, I driving faster."
Okay.
That's the answer she gave me. I told her I driving fast. I have my speed limit. You know? And first I have a Mark today. From since Rosie was selling vehicles in La Clarita.
Yeah.
Remember the hurricane that happened in Grenada? How
Yeah.
long ago?
Oh, that's a long time. That's when that mash up Grenada completely.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I bought that vehicle before the hurricane. I couldn't take it out because of the hurricane, the weather change. And I still have the Mark today.
Wow.
Looking strong, looking brand new. I pack below the house, not taking sun, not taking rain. And nobody never knocked me, kicked, nothing. You know, these vehicles are very fast.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 2000 engine,
Yes. Yeah.
you know.
But caller,
It
that
does,
big
you know.
vehicle you're talking about there, those vehicles can take good speed. They can hold the road. Those young guys who are driving those little Suzuki Swift, those little Foxes, those fellas cannot drive. They don't know when to touch the brakes. They don't know when to approach. They're approaching a corner. They're going around the corner the same speed. That's why those accidents are happening, because the fellas don't respect driving.
Well, dear, I said, let me give it a try by the airport, heading towards the airport on the other side. Chico, I press, and I have both overdrive and electric drive again, like tectonic. Also, I feel the vehicle just getting lighter, lighter and lighter. When I check myself, almost close to the airport, I back down on my speed limit. And I say, yeah, boy, that vehicle can run.
Caller,
How many people asking me to sell it for them?
caller,
I told them not selling it.
as you say that, I came across a warrant for a speeding warrant, for a Mark II driver. Probably I see you, man.
Oh, not me. No.
Not you?
Nobody ever. That was a Sunday morning. That was years, Pastor, when I do that.
Well, yes, they're looking for you and they can get you.
Oh, not me. Not me. Not me. But anyway, it was so nice talking to you, and James. So I listen to your program every day.
All right,
Oh,
man.
thank you
Thanks
very
for
much for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, yes.
Have a blessed night.
Okay, you too. You too, sir.
Okay, yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Right. So you have fans, Foster.
Yeah, Angie, let me tell you, the drivers, the people who are retired.
Oh, we have another call. Good afternoon, caller. You are on. Well, good evening, caller. You are on the air.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
I am Gianna.
I'm good. How are you?
That's what you call radio voice.
Thank you for that.
You know, if they had to choose voice or radio, voice is not qualified, to be on radio, you know that?
Yeah, that's true.
There are people that don't have radio voice, but they're on radio, Remember in the old days, they used to choose voice to be on radio? But nowadays, they don't do that anymore. Radio have no class now. You know that?
Well, not here on Fire FM. Obviously, we have university classes over here, caller.
Well, that's why I'm attracted to university classes. You know what my grandmother tell me? If you fight for a weaker man, you can't improve,
That is so true.
You fight for a man that you beating all the time, you can't get better.
No. My grandmother, she was a master of wisdom, my grandmother. She was telling me, my grandson, don't play with the food because what's in your mouth is not yours. When it's in your stomach, it's yours.
I think I concur with that advertisement because somebody can tap you behind your head and you spit out the food in your mouth, but once in your stomach.
It's not yours. When it's in your stomach, it's yours.
Yeah.
You know that. But Angie, it's a nightmare traveling to Gozile,
Oh my God, caller.
It's a nightmare.
Caller, you would not believe. Let me give you. You talk about that and you just hurt my boo-boo. Let me tell you why. Did you happen to be on the highway heading to Gozile on Saturday? Last Saturday?
I'm telling you.
Caller.
I swear that I was going to a funeral.
Caller, but
Bumper to bump.
normally it's bad. But caller, you see Saturday. Saturday that just passed. Let me tell you something. I had to do a transaction. And I tried to do it in Castries. I couldn't do it. So I said, let me go up to Rodney Bay and see what I can do. Would you believe, guys, everyone, would you believe that I spent 2 hours in traffic going up to Rod? Could you imagine when I boarded the bus to go, I said to myself, oh shoot, you should have gone to the bathroom before because I happen to have a weakness for Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Yes. So I had one just before I boarded the bus. And I said to myself, oh man, you should have really run to the bathroom before you took that bus. But I decided, you know what, I'll get there. I'll hold it.
Yes.
Caller, if I tell you, the driver stopped. We reached a certain point. I got off the bus. I went to a bathroom nearby. I got out of the bathroom and I walked, and the bus hadn't moved, not 2 inches from where it was when I got off it.
But listen, Angie. To see the amount of people that are waiting for bus to go Gozile. You know what causing that?
The traffic. But
so I find we need to find a solution. Maybe have more coaster to Gozile. Too many little vehicles up. The thing is that, Angie, listen to me.
Yeah.
I think, do we want more vehicles to enter the city or more people enter the city?
I'm not even sure, caller, because
it means more vehicles enter the city than people,
No, but Saturday it was especially bad. And somebody said to me, the guys are potholing. They're patching holes on the road. But why would you patch holes on the road on a Saturday afternoon when that is the busiest time? Why would you do that?
And now it's becoming busy all the time, huh? Even Friday night, I want to go there to enjoy myself. It's a headache.
My goodness.
Because, it's getting worse and worse. More and more it's getting worse, Well, unless we do something about that, because it kind of lead to a disaster, You know that?
Yeah.
Because you find that
Caller, you said going to lead to a disaster. Were you listening? Did you hear all the disasters we spoke about?
Mhm.
There's been
You know-
so many disasters.
Just imagine you have a emergency
Mm.
in that kind of traffic.
Lord have mercy.
Boy, one accident can cause the whole shutdown of the road.
Yeah.
One little accident, I'm telling you. Well, I'm telling you, Angie, there is a solution, but then we have to think outside the box,
Caller.
Because we are getting more and more cars coming in our island, more and more cars, and there's less road. We don't have enough road for all those vehicles, I'm telling you.
Well-
Either people, everybody want to have their private car.
Mm-hmm.
Where we could be able to take a shuttle, it could be easier. A shuttle, pack your vehicle, if you from Gozili, you pack your vehicle somewhere and take a shuttle to come to Castries. Because we don't need all those vehicles can take to Castries. Castries is like a bottleneck. You know what?
Well,
All those vehicles is trying to enter the bottleneck. Even the Darling now becoming a highway now. You know Darling?
yeah.
Because all those vehicles they're passing through there because they want to escape the traffic jam, so they're passing through the Darling and creating another traffic jam again. So you find that the whole island is becoming a traffic jam, A traffic jam. Unless we do something about it quickly, Either do you make maybe a one-way to Gozili and don't stop. One way.
Well, there was a plan to fix that in the last election,
It takes a lot of.
but the people did not want to solve
Or
it.
what we can do, utilize the ocean.
Maybe.
Have more ferry boat to go Gozili, ferry. You know what I mean?
But caller, if they don't want to utilize the ocean to have a ferry for regional travel, something that is costing the country, in my opinion, a lot of money right now, you think they're going to have a ferry going around St. Lucia?
Well, boy, we have to look into that. It will be faster, because I will take the ferry to go Gozili, because the traffic is giving me a headache. We don't have road rage, because that can create road rage,
Let me tell you something, caller. I was not even driving on Saturday, but I definitely had road rage. Because I was sitting there in that vehicle, my bladder was bursting, I could not move, and the bus driver was just looking at me as if he felt so sorry for me. And in that gridlock traffic there, you can't say you're going down the vehicle and relieve yourself in the bush because there's no bush. So I had to wait for a point where we got to a place where I could find a bathroom. And I actually got off the vehicle, went to a bathroom nearby, used the bathroom, came back, and didn't even have to walk I didn't have to take 5 steps more than where I left the vehicle to get right back on the same vehicle and wait another half an hour to get to Rodney Bay. And then coming back down, oh Lord Jesus. And the worst thing about it, the absolute worst thing about it, Foster, when I got to Rodney Bay, I still couldn't do what I went through all of that trouble to do. I felt that was the worst thing. So, and listen, I don't have a vehicle right now, but I'm not upset. Because the kinds of things I see happening on the roads in St. Lucia, I don't even want to.
Well,
I don't want to get involved in that.
Well, Angie, mostly I rather take a bus than to have a vehicle, take a bus. Cheaper for me. I don't have to maintain anything, Just take a bus, pay $3 or $2.50, whatever, pay my bus, but everybody now, because the thing is that, Angie, if we had a proper bus system in place, a lot of people won't fly a vehicle, because our bus system is very poor.
Yeah.
Certain hours you can't get bus, it just, it doesn't, accommodate certain people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, people need a bus. Because can you imagine I want to go to dance, so like I get a bus to go to dance.
Well, caller, that's why you have a radio. These days, we have to change the way we entertain ourselves, you know.
Maybe perhaps, maybe we need to have dance.
Instead of going to the movies, Netflix and chill, because you don't want to deal with traffic. Instead of going to the dance, turn on your radio and dance the night away, because you don't want to deal with the traffic. Instead of because what are we supposed to do? Let's go back. Well, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is sending us back to rainwater harvesting, so we might as well do that.
Well, Angie, it's nice to hear your little voice.
Thank you for that.
And I wish to all the radio stations should have a nice voice like that, you know. Because it's very important. Anyway, good night.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sir.
You hear that, Foster? I have a radio voice. I have a message for you right there. So, we have some more. I don't know what was going on I on Saturday, but my God. Anyway, somebody's saying, we have so many comments here on the... Oh, another call right away. Good evening to you, caller. You are on the air.
Hi, good evening, Angie and Mr. Chico.
I have not heard you at all. These days you abandon me.
No. I'm back in the saddle.
Ah, okay. You fell off?
Maybe I did. No, Mr. Chico.
Yes, sir.
Has the Prime Minister given a new date for the start of your project at Rockall?
No, I know nothing about that, sir. I see the bush growing there. Look like he'll have to get chainsaws to cut trees there when he's ready.
I thought you would know, because that's right up your alley.
Let me tell you, the Prime Minister said he doesn't even know where that site is.
Okay.
Then
I just thought I would ask. Then I have another one. Can you tell me where is the I in CIP?
on the advertisement. That's the only place I see.
Man, I don't know.
No, I
almost give up already.
No. I think that's a good way to bring the curtains down.
Where is the INP in CIP? My mom, now, I didn't hear, let me tell you something. My mom was the one who told me, if I haven't heard the new advertisements, I'm saying, what are you talking about? And she's singing, I am the I in CIP. I say, what? When you hear that foolishness? We haven't had a call coming in, though. The calls are coming in fast and furious.
Well, I need that.
Yeah. The person is, but she said, but you didn't hear that? That's the newest song out now. I'm like, what?
No, I just thought that was a good way to break it in.
Yes.
Have a good evening, my friend.
Thank you.
Sir. Okay.
All right, then.
Yeah, bye-bye. Good afternoon, caller. Good evening, caller. You are on the air.
Yes, I heard you say that Korea back.
No, you called already, caller. We missed your call, so I said the people who missed it, but then you called back already. I suspect you just miss us, you know. I suspect you just miss us. That's all. You just love talking.
I miss you all for sure because you know me well.
I do.
Foster know me very, very well. Inspector Foster. He knows me very well. And it Officer Foster?
Oh yes, I know. Yeah, man, I know the voice. I know you.
You know the voice.
I know you.
Okay, yeah. Well, nighttime I don't really go anywhere. I stay home. When I'm in nighttime, from 6 o'clock, I'm home already. I don't really nowhere at night.
Yeah.
You understand? I stay in home because all the supermarket in Rodney Bay, you can do whatever you want. You can just drive down. It takes me about 5 minutes to go down to the supermarket and then take what I want and head back home. I don't get myself in traffic, lad. right now, basically, I don't know what's going on in basically. They close the gap because the road is they opening up there. They don't know how I don't know. They pull in the middle of the road. They have to pull out.
But didn't
I don't know
they
what's going on.
widen the road, Caller?
Yeah, they widen it up. But what happens? They trying to rush things before the election.
Mm-hmm.
And pull in the middle of the road. They have to pull out. So right now,
They had to move the poles now.
yeah, and finish the road.
My goodness.
So, what? Yeah,
No, I was just commenting.
yeah, because right now the back road was helping a lot of people now, but before, but now they shut it down. Both Secret Gap and by River Stone on the other side, that thing closed. I think only for resident people that live it there that can go up there. So the road in a mess right now, in a mess. So that's why you're getting all the heavy traffic now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as you say, it took about 2 hours to go up to maybe.
2 hours, yes.
You know, although you don't have a transport and you're in a bus, fallacy, and you're getting all that kind of heat inside it. You know, you thirsty to drink water, you want to release your barrel. It's very hard.
Caller, Grizzly people, you see me, I not even commenting on that because Grizzly people have allowed the SLP to stop a road project now for how many years? They did 5 years in power.
5 years, yeah.
And they have not done anything but pay 1 or 2 guys to just cut grass where the grass is growing too tall on that road. And they should leave that road so for the rest of our time. Leave Grizzly Road so and let Grizzly people suck salt in the traffic.
Hello. When you're
I have
talking
no
about
business.
when you're talking about people sucking salt, I have a problem with you. You know how convenient it is. Listen, this morning I had to go and do that same transaction that I wanted to do on Saturday. And I say, listen, if I go to Rodney Bay, everything is right there. I just have to cross the road, as opposed to walking all over town. When I remembered the traffic, I walk all over town. Let me tell you, I walk from the Chaussee to High Street to Bridge Street, then back. Not me that going in that traffic again.
Angie, let me tell you how ridiculous, and Caller, let me tell you how ridiculous what I saw on that Grizzly Road this weekend. Thursday or Friday. Since that no right turn sign.
Caller, could you turn down the volume of your radio, because we're getting some serious feedback from you.
I don't know. Let me see. I have nothing. Okay, I'll turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the phone, you know.
Okay.
My cell phone.
Okay, since they placed that no right turn sign there, you know what's happening at Grizzly on that road? That's why all of that madness you're all talking about there happening. And I see the people, let me tell you, persons are coming from that Corinth back road.
Mm-hmm.
Since they cannot make a right turn, you know what they're doing? They're making a left or a sharp right. They're going by that flower where Cots used to be, and then they're making a right turn higher up, closer to the gas station. Or they're making a left turn. They're passing where the environmental health building is, and they're making a right turn coming back on the road. So now you have the person that would have made one right turn
Have to make 2 or 3.
have to make
A left and a right.
a left or right to get back to the same. And there is no police. Okay, so you can't make a right turn there, but you can make a left and then make a right. And that is happening all day long. And you have 2 big billboards right there. I thought Mr. King said he was putting another super mini roundabout. That lazy roundabout he did at SNS. I thought he was putting another one there.
Foster, honestly,
Boy, I don't know how much
the
more
Looney Tunes roundabout
how
were
much
there.
more ridiculous we can be, in that country.
When I look at Foster, you used to watch Tom and Jerry when you were little.
A lot.
Not Tom and Jerry, sorry.
A lot of cartoons. Up to now, I'm watching cartoons.
Bugs Bunny. Or you know how on Roadrunner, the Roadrunner, every time he wants to do something, he draws something, and then it just. I think that's how they built that roundabout, And
Yeah, that's how- yeah,
they
that's
could have
how they
given me
did
the $50,000 to do that because that's what they said they spent on it, 50,000.
50, I think it's 100.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Well, a lot of thousands, but they could have given it to me because I think I would have done a better job
you
because I
see-
would have painted it a nice color, like the Bum Bum Wall, and people would actually see it.
You see the Mr. King? They should make King pay back that money. If whoever gave that money to do that roundabout, they should have made him pay that money back.
Pastor, what's about that roundabout by SMS Day?
But that's
Did
what
that
we're
make any
talking about,
sense?
color.
That is not a roundabout, caller.
Okay, it's like a foreigner self-drive a vehicle and going up the road there. You don't know nothing about that little roundabout, and though he hit a vehicle from there, are you going to charge him for that?
I want him to sue the minister and the ministry.
But
If
right now,
I was
there's another
living in, if I was
minister
living in Kimberley,
in charge of the road now.
I would paint over that roundabout already. I'd paint that black.
That guy have no mind. I don't know what happened to this fella. No mind at all. What happened? What happened to these guys? Well, right now,
Caller,
yeah,
we voted the fellows again, what are you talking about?
Hold on, Foster. What's this wee business? I was not there. What's this wee business for? Speak for yourself, Foster. What's this wee business you're talking about? Because I was not involved.
St. Lucian just
so
made the guy stronger.
excuse me, Pastor. As it they put another minister to for the road now. Do you think he's gonna do a good job now?
Who is he?
Is
The
it Sean
minister of
Edward? I think
Arrogance.
Sean Edward.
Caller. If the senior minister can't do it, can't think,
is the
you think he's
junior
a junior
minister
minister that'll think?
All right. But so you have to now something again I want to ask. What happened to the police force? They ain't putting no police on the road for traffic or nothing on Foster. What's going on in St. Lucia?
I haven't seen a police operation probably in the last 6 months, in St. Lucia. Nighttime. I don't know why the police...
But the traffic light by the market was helping very well. A portion will go, the traffic light will come back again, another portion will go. Right now, people are rushing to come out in the traffic after the light,
Anyway, caller, we have to cut this short because our time is almost done and we
Okay,
have
all right, then
things to go
we
through.
all have a blessed night. We'll
Yeah,
talk
thank
again.
you so much.
Okay, sir, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
We
Thanks
have-
for
Yeah,
calling.
all right, bye.
We have quite a few comments here that we need to go through before we leave, and it's our time. So it says here, Angie, Foster, Chico, let me tell you again. Plus, the people of the country, every time the Prime Minister opens his mouth and makes stupid statements, the following day or 2 days, you will have things happening in the country. Weather, accident, gun violence, anything in danger will continue to happen for these things to stop. He, the Prime Minister, must come out and ask the people forgiveness, and then the messages are leaving. Okay. Foster, somebody's saying that message is somebody saying, Foster, you should be on the show with Angie more than once for the week, at least 2 to 3 days a week. I don't know if it's too much to ask. Another one says, Messiah, when I first visited Jamaica, and I saw, hey, the speed limit in Jamaica is 80 miles per hour. Wow. And I saw the speed limit at 80 miles per hour and nearly dropped. These people speeding like a motor speedway, but Jamaica has highways and bigger roads. 80 miles per hour, I make sure I tell them, don't speed with me. I'm not coming to Jamaica to die. Another one says, guys, open your head, open your mind. From 2021, there is something going on in the country. Somebody else is saying, I didn't hear the beginning of the program, but I did enjoy the discussions. Another one says, our country was sold to the devil. This country needs a lot of prayers. How many accidents today? Father, put a hand for St. Lucia and the world. Another is saying, Foster, the drivers have no patience. Drunk and high at the same time. Somebody's saying, now why the DMV don't put rumble strips or guardrails or speed bumps or bot dots to help drivers stay safe on the roads? Well, I don't know. We don't have a DMV in St. Lucia. I guess you're referring to the Ministry of Infrastructure, but there's all of that and it doesn't help. Another one says, let me give you all some good information. Ask the old grown people and they will let you know. From the time of 1964, find out every time SLP in power what is going on in the country. Find out, check when Dr. Kenny Anthony came in power in 1997, what happened in his first in his first term, what happened in a couple of months. We need speed monitors in the roads for drivers like the USA. This monitor will take your license plate number and send you a ticket, a fine for speeding to appear in court. We must start finding drivers for speeding and pedestrians for walking on the green light. My lady, another person, too many strays on the streets, people who abandon dogs. I think this lady does not understand that this is St. Lucia. Anyway, somebody says, Angie, today I was saying, I'm not hearing As the Wind Blows and Look Him on the Air. Wow, what a coincidence. Who's As the Wind Blows?
Leclerc? Mr. Leclerc?
Yeah, okay, all right. Oh, that was a caller who...
Yeah,
okay.
that's the man.
Well, that's the first time this is the first time he's calling the station, actually. So, yeah. Okay. Somebody says, then some dishonest laborers just had Tommy's name on FB, just spreading lies about him. Laborers who knew nothing about what went on with Tommy and the policeman. There was a labor hack who put Tommy behind a red gate saying that he is in prison. These laborers are so dangerous and wicked and will do anything for money. I'm sorry to inform you, caller. However, it is no longer a traffic jam. It's a parking lot. That's true. Saturday, it was a parking lot. The Prime Minister said he doesn't know where is the BMAX project. Philip J. Pierre just wants recognition. We need to give it to him. Let him talk to the wind. Caller, it's about wrong, not roundabout. The migrants will ruffle his feathers when they arrive. I ain't worried. Now they cannot blame Shastney for their hard-headedness. Martinez warned them. They refuse to take notice. Another one is saying the police are sleeping under SLP bed. The caller asked what happened to St. Lucia. Let me tell what happened to... The head went down and the bottom went up. That's our last comment. Foster, it is 7:51. You said 10 minutes. You said 10 minutes, Foster.
Angie, you have to pay me overtime. You know.
I will have to. I will have to. All the callers that say they want you here more, I hope they will start sponsoring because things rough. But I hope you all going to sponsor Foster his gas tonight. You all can do Foster that. Somebody says drivers are literally drinking while driving in this country as well as being on their phone and nothing for that. Okay, Foster, we need to wrap up because it's 8 o'clock.
Angie, a good thing on that last comment there.
Yeah.
Distractive driving. Driving with everybody is driving with a phone in their hand, Angie.
If you heard me earlier, you would hear me say that I was on a vehicle with someone and that person was texting while they were driving, not making a phone call, texting. I've been staring at this screen for way too long. My eyes are so blurry right now. But literally texting while they were driving. Not making a phone call to say, okay, you just dial in a number quickly or just scrolling quickly, click on the number, but literally sending a text. In fact, I was on a call with somebody, and I was on a vehicle with somebody, and this person was playing a game on their phone while they were driving. The things you see when you have eyes.
Gee, let me tell you, if we don't take stock of what we're doing now.
I don't know what is the rationale for that though. What is how do we begin to figure out what the problem is for us to fix it? Because is it a breakdown in morals? Is it that the people just don't care? Is it that they're not serious? I don't know.
People
and if you don't
care, people are just, when you have an illiterate population, you have so many people who just don't.
Do you think we have an illiterate population, or we have a population that, I can't take these things in my head anymore, or we have a population that just does not pay attention? Because a lot of the things that we hear, Foster, we hear people saying, they make statements like, one day to die, or it's almost as if the kids, and it's not just the kids. We want to go down on the kids because the young people they are really out of hand. But the older ones, those my age and younger or your age, they're irresponsible too. They're in the same boat. They do the same things that we are ready to beat up the younger ones for. And sometimes it irks me when you see somebody who knows better still behaving in a way that make you want to give them a callot behind the head. That's not a joke. Listen, you see bus drivers overtaking in places where they know they shouldn't overtake. You see experienced drivers driving on the road as if they are the only ones that are supposed to be there. There are those that drive, they don't realize there is more than one pedal, because they have automatic vehicles, so not every vehicle just has 3 pedals. But there are those that don't realize that there's more than one pedal, because to them it's gasoline. Heading to Castries in the morning, you see all kinds of foolishness. People, sometimes you see people speeding. They overtake 2 or 3 vehicles just for them to pull up 2 seconds after they overtake the vehicle. Does that make sense, people? So sometimes I don't know what to question. I don't know if to question the sanity. I don't know if to question the ability to think. I don't know. I just don't understand. I'm confounded, kerfuffled, and quite confused by the behavior of the drivers on the street. I'm telling you, I love to drive. I don't have a vehicle right now, and I'm not upset, because I swear road rage would not be the word for me. And it doesn't even bear thinking about, because it just upsets you when you realize that it's people. Is it that we need to change the way the driving schools are teaching people to drive now? Where do we begin to tackle the problem?
Angie, that's why I call for a statement from the driving school, because we are all learning the right way, we get good instructions from the driving school, but as soon as we get our driver's license, we do our own thing. The young fellas who are driving there, who are overtaking and killing themselves, those fellas don't learn that at driving school, you know. They get away with it once or twice. They say they bad, they do that. They go to grocery in 5 minutes and come back, and they trying it again. That's what goes on.
And the comment about the Grosley Highway. Listen, we had a plan, you know. We had a plan, or we were being offered a plan to build a secondary highway to the north, from the north to the south. We let that go for instant gratification. We let it go. The plan was to build a highway through Dauphin, you know, that area there, that side of the island, that untouched virgin part of the island, open up the place for more development and decentralize. We didn't want that. It reminds me of this song, and I hope the people listening, one of them might know who sang this song back in the 90s or the 80s. There's a song that says, "They didn't want to know, they didn't want to hear. Now they shouting out, Lucians, watch your bread." You remember that? That was an election song back in the day, and I've been trying to find that song. A St. Lucian Calypsonian sang that song. I've been trying to find that song. I really want to know where I can find a copy of that song, because I want to play it, because I listen the things that this song is saying, the scenarios that it's talking about. You know, it's the same thing we're going through now.
You're right.
It's the same thing, because it talks about bananas, it talks about tourism, it talks about diversifying our GDP, all of that. But we didn't want to know, we didn't want to hear, and it's the same thing. And now, you know what the Prime Minister is telling us? Watch our bread, because now he's saying, do rainwater harvesting, plant food since you're living in the CDC. You know? So
that's the same man who said, "Damn the dam, we didn't need a dam."
We didn't need a dam.
The same man.
Yes.
If we didn't have that Roseau Dam, all also frogs smoke our pipe already.
Foster, you're talking about an individual who spent 5 years as a Minister of Tourism and then came out and said he had no idea tourism was so important.
Tourism was so important.
So you really expect much more from this individual? Because I don't.
Well,
I really don't. Guys, this has been Foster, say something to the people, because
okay, my people, nice being here. I will try to come in, pop in if I have time, and Angie can accommodate me before Friday. I will try to be here, but if not, see you on Monday.
That's right, on Full Disclosure.
We'll bring you another Full Disclosure for more fire. Thank you. Bye.
Guys, thank you so much for staying with us. I know you've been hearing my voice in your head since 2 o'clock. You're probably as tired of me as my eyes are tired of that screen. Let me tell you, I can barely see right now. Thank God Foster is here. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for participating in this wonderful, very informative, very intelligent conversation. I think we need to bring back intelligent conversation into our society, Foster. So we're going to endeavor to always bring you guys intelligent topics that we can discuss and see if maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to improve life in our little 38 square mile quarter of the globe. So thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget, we will be starting some new shows. We have a total revamp for you guys here on Fire FM. So don't forget to tune in, because at 6 a.m. we have Dr. Secret, and then I'm coming in at 12 with the news, the midday news update. Then 2 o'clock, I'm back again with Hard Talk. And Mondays we have Full Disclosure. Then we have Ring the Bell. Is supposed to resume soon, and we have some new faces that you guys are going to hear soon. Just let us get everything finalized. I'm not letting anything out of the bag, but just know that you guys are going to be getting some new shows, more intelligent discussion, more educational programs, more self-empowerment, and all of these things. So we have a lot in store for you here on Fire FM, especially when it comes to improving our services. Also, guys, I just want to make this announcement. We are now taking, if you have death announcements, we're not asking, of course, for you to have a death in your family, but if it does happen, person is saying no sound. If it does happen, we do have a death announcement service that we will be rolling out soon. It's very attractive prices, so you can always give us a call or send us a WhatsApp if you do require that service. We do provide a death announcement service. So please, if you require that service and you want to put your death announcement on Fire FM, send us a WhatsApp message and we will contact you with the relevant details. Again, thank you so much for staying with us. See you guys. Or somebody's asking for a youth show. Definitely that will be coming on stream very soon. We are in the process of dotting our I's, crossing our T's, and making sure everything is going to go move on smoothly. So please stay tuned. Like I said, we have a lot more in store for you guys, but thank you so much for staying with us. Have a good evening. Those of you on the road, get home safe. Please drive safely, and if you're at home, then have a wonderful evening. Get some rest. See you guys back here tomorrow. Bye bye.